That's tough.
Right, Count Duckula. That was a
Oh,
show. That was
yes.
a show.
I did. I loved it.
Me too.
Count Docula. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Still the weirdest thing of all time.
Super weird. Super
Yeah.
weird. And I think it was
Instead of getting
British.
blood, he gets ketchup.
Yes. But
That pretty much says everything you need to know. And yes, I'm pretty sure it was British as well.
yeah,
In
because
fact, I'm gonna have a look at it.
on Nickelodeon we had a little block of like British shows. So
Yes, it was British. So ITV originally.
I knew it. So we had Count Duckula. We had the I think it was a bear that went outer space.
Oh God.
And then there was an Australian one, which was about a koala bear. And then something else. There's another British thing I can't remember now.
Oh, I have no idea.
Yeah, but yeah, it was like a little block of British cartoon, or yeah, British cartoons.
Yes.
Ugh,
Yeah, the other way around, we got all the American shows over
of
here, like
course.
Rugrats, Hey Arnold, and all that.
Yes. Boop, boop, boop,
The
boop,
legendary
boop, boop,
shows.
boop, 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 boop. Yeah, there. I forgot I
Oh,
had to do that.
to be fair, a Recess reference came up the other day at work.
Oh right, I love Recess so much. That was my
Yeah, well,
jam.
there is now a person on our team that we affectionately call Randall.
Oh my gosh.
He's a proper
I was
snitch.
gonna say, is he the snitch? Oh my
He is the
gosh.
snitch.
Oh,
Classic.
I hated that guy.
Me too. In fact, it's even gotten to the point where he posts gifs of Randall every time he
Oh my
takes down
gosh.
notes.
So he's proud of it.
I think he's doing it as a meme, but
Yeah. Oh, chatty chat. I'll give you all the minutes. Oh, this is a
I'm still
nice
doing.
cup.
I'm doing checks anyway, so it's all good. We're good for a while.
Oh. Oh, is this a dessert wine?
Looks pretty dark.
It's very dark and very sweet.
Yes.
Like grape juice. Oh, yeah, so clearly I don't have COVID because I can smell. But I also took a test yesterday just to be sure. So,
Oh, good. You don't have COVID. Always helpful.
that's a dessert wine. There's no way. Or my palate has just gotten too grown up.
Sorry, testing.
Testy.
Just checking
One,
my gain on
two,
this.
three. Nope,
Yeah,
not.
cool.
This is for
Oh,
staying.
bueno, Brent.
Oh, bueno. Brentamente.
Cool. We're good. I think. I have to do the backup check of the recording in a minute, but yeah, I'll bring chat open.
Yeah.
Edit layout. What the?
I
Oh,
don't.
they're
Yeah.
updating Twitch.
Yeah, so you be careful because you might sign us out.
I haven't actually,
Oh, okay.
surprisingly.
But yes, Chad, I am become death.
No, no, you're not.
Bringer of colds. Breaker of chains.
Don't, because we'll go into all of this in a bit.
Uh-huh. Yes, I have stuff to show off.
Of course, including that glass.
Yes. Ah. Oh, my poor hair looks so messy. I don't even care. You know what, guys? I'm sick. I'm sorry. I tried my best for you today.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, little peek behind the camera. Usually, I would shower beforehand. Not today.
Well, it's not smell-o-vision, so that's good.
Well, it's usually because of the hair, but that's it. I just looked at it. I went, "Sod this. I'm lazy today."
It's Sunday. I should be lazy. Oh, Brent says, my
Yeah.
mom and I were hit with allergies really bad after the cruise. I don't know about y'all, but here, allergies have been crazy. Like, there's been,
Well, yeah, I was going to say that we had very high pollen yesterday in this area, so
yeah, it's crazy over here. Like, my entire car was just covered in it, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna die now then.
lovely.
Uh,
Right, give me a second because I might have a small issue here.
oh.
Yeah, you won't be able to hear me for a sec.
Okay.
Or I won't be able to hear you, sorry, is what I meant.
Right. I will take that under
Fucking
advisement.
thing.
Again, apologies to our wonderful, lovely viewers out there. I'm very sick. Again.
I'm still here.
Pete is still here. I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah.
Okay. Pete has returned, giving a play-by-play. Oh. Okay. What?
Yeah, go.
Barely. Turn yourself up.
No, I could hear. I was checking to see if I could actually hear you.
Oh. Well, I can't hear you now.
Fucking.
Just turn your gain. Turn your gain up.
I didn't turn my microphone on. Oh, I think I might know why. Hang on.
Just avoid the meter thing. Yes, and for our lovely listener viewers, I'm not actually drunk yet. I'm just very sick. I have been coughing. So it could be louder. Be a little bit louder.
How about now?
Oh, wow. Okay. Maybe a bit too loud.
How about now?
A little bit lower.
Now?
Getting there. It's
Lower? Higher?
un poquito. Tiny little bit more.
What? Lower or higher?
Lower. Sorry.
Now?
There we go. That's good.
Go. Yeah, I was having a weird crackling thing every few sentences through my headphones, so I had to unplug them.
I was going to say, that usually needs to be replugged. That's it exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, you can blame a certain little activity I've been doing this afternoon on that.
Oh.
I will tell you all about that.
Oh, Pete alone in his bedroom. Little activity.
Called video games.
Oh, yeah. We do a video game podcast, don't we?
Yes, because I'm not going to be sitting there talking about my prom experiences.
Oh, I forgot that's how you say. Yeah, okay.
Yes.
I was actually picturing a prawn. I was very confused. I was like, oh, Pete, wow. Are you like that Simpsons episode?
No.
Where he loves the fish?
No, I am not. Oh, God. Fucking hell.
Haven't you missed me?
I mean, last week was an event.
Yeah, I want to hear all about that.
We'll get to that anyway, because, you know, it's shameless self-promotion, of course.
Yep, of course. Of course.
What is that just showed up there? What the hell? Oh, suggested activities on Discord now. Lovely.
Oh, well.
Suggested activities. YouTube. Brilliant. Oh, I guess that's probably so that you can do watch parties or something like that in there.
Well, watch parties can suck my ass.
Nice. Don't say that too loud on the internet. You might get a slew of DMs.
Yeah, well, they can't DM me now. I don't have a DM anywhere.
Ooh, that's an interesting one. We'll talk about that, I guess, later on.
Yes. I need to stop putting
lipstick on. Says he's got everything worked out for the next cruise.
Nice.
Very nice. Where are you planning this time?
I'm working on my next trip to Italy. I think I might get a house in Italy.
Yeah?
Yeah. It won't be anytime soon because I need to get my workroom rebuilt. But once that's rebuilt, then I think I'm going to get a house in Italy. Just a little one, like a one bedroom. Nothing too fancy.
Just a little holiday home.
Yes, I realize how much of a dick I sound by saying that.
Look, I don't care. I will turn around and go, I'll give you money to go.
You're like, okay, Rachel and I need to use that. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, Rachel and I need a holiday, like for a week. Can we take the place for a bit? It's fine. This one is a 10-night Alaskan with 2 nights in Vancouver. Nice. Pretty nice.
I want to do... I'm not big on cruises. I'm a little bit scared. I've said that before, of boats. I'd rather be in the ocean. But in Alaska, you always have the chance to see the like blue whales starfishing, breaching, and then I would just... Okay, so like my lifelong dream was to go to Pompeii, and we'll talk about that. But another dream would be to watch the blue whales breaching. That would be awesome.
Nice.
Oh,
It would be cool, yeah. I mean, they're quite majestic creatures.
they're massive.
That's what she said.
How did I miss that?
You're off your game, that's
I
why.
am. I really am. I'm like not kidding. I'm sick.
Oh, I know, but show must go on, clearly.
Show must go on.
Oh shit, I knew there was something else I was supposed to do before we started, but hey, I'll deal with that now.
You do that. You do that thing.
Yeah, it's nothing major, I just need some tablets.
Oh, well. You got a bit of the old headache.
No, actually. This is what happens when you stay over your partner's house and she sets the shower too damn hot to start.
Oh, did you burn yourself?
No. Alright, I'll get to that, hang on.
Oh.
I'll have to speak when you got something. I'm not saying it.
Uh-huh, because you know what I'm going to say.
You were poised and ready, that was the problem.
I was. Ready to pounce like a tarantula if they pounce.
There!
Oh, look, it's good old friend of the show.
Howdy, Mike. How you doing, bud? Good evening, all. Hope you're both well. Kind of sick, and I'm all right, I guess.
I kid you not, Mike. I don't know how it happened, because I was sick, 2 weeks ago when he was here. I'm sick again.
Yeah.
A lady coughed on me on the plane. Couldn't believe it.
Yeah. Anyway, so I was saying before.
Yes.
So this is what happens when your partner sets the shower too hot. You then have to adjust it.
Yes.
To a regular, normal temperature so that you don't look like a friggin' lobster.
Uh-huh.
And then as I was coming out of the shower, was drying my hair, and I've jarred my neck.
Oh, Pete.
Yeah, so I was just taking some ibuprofen, some anti-inflammatories, basically.
Pete.
Yeah, I know, I'm old, alright. That's the disastrous point. It's getting old. Really getting old.
Gosh.
It's annoying.
Oh, gosh, Pete.
It might have also because I did stay at hers on Friday night, and I slept a bit awkwardly, probably.
Yeah, that does happen.
Combination.
Yeah. I have to have... See, that's what happened, which we'll talk about this.
Hey, yeah, that's a really bad joke, Mike. But still, the old classic. Took Viagra, got stuck in his throat. Now I got a stiff neck. Hey.
Well, that's good to know.
Anyway, yeah, Brent put, I learnt my lesson by staying 2 nights in New York after the last cruise, so I'm doing the 2 nights in Vancouver before the cruise this time, and getting an ocean view cabin, as you never know, you'll see a whale or bald eagle.
Yeah, oh yeah, I don't know how, but, like, videos of bald eagles have just been, I guess because I'm more on Facebook right now, and it's American, but yeah, bald eagles are freaking massive.
They are, and also, budum.
That's what she said?
Mike.
Oh.
He said a stiff neck for hours, budum.
Uh-huh.
So I just did the budum.
There used to be, like, way back when apps were a brand new thing, like, when everyone had, like, iPod touches and stuff, there was an app where you could do that, but and you would just hit it. I would go up to my friends and do it.
Yeah, fair enough.
I was an annoying child. Yes.
Yeah, have you also noticed how a lot of podcasts now seem to have soundboards? And no, we're not doing it.
No, I looked into it. It's, like, really expensive. Even used.
I don't care. I'm still not freaking doing it.
I would probably do it.
No, we are not doing it.
I would.
Look, no, the fact of the matter is, I was listening to the Spawncast, one of my favourite podcasts, and even they've got one now, and it's like, oh my god, just stop.
But we could have our own little, like, sounds that are, like, custom.
No, because I would just load it up with loads of stuff that's stupid.
Yes, fart sounds.
Like well, no, I was gonna do the reference to the Family Guy episode, that annoying episode.
Which one? There's several annoying episodes.
I know I'm fully aware that it's not really helped that one.
That didn't narrow it down at all.
Dingo and the Baby is all I'll say.
Oh yeah.
That one.
Welcome to Dingo and the Baby.
Yeah, where he puts the clip in from Philadelphia. That's what I would do.
Man, okay.
The law.
I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes old Family Guy did make me laugh. Sometimes.
Look, Old Family Guy was kind of classic.
Yeah, well.
At times.
At times.
Yeah, that was. I mean, anything before, like anything post seasons 1 to 4.
Well, season 1's not great, but I would say 2 to 4.
There's some classic episodes on there.
Maybe. But
There's some classics.
But give me a soundboard with just fart sounds, and I just will enjoy myself way too much.
And that's the problem.
I'd be like, hey, Pete. Hey, say something, Pete. And I'd be like, Bray.
Yep. And that's why we're not doing it.
Pull my finger, Pete.
Yeah, that does sound like
I'm a
that
child.
does sound like a Family Guy episode. Filling the soundboard with silly sounds. That's the point.
Yeah. Still
I know, but the fact is, it's just taken away from what the content is. When it's utilised well, it's good, and it can be a good punchline for jokes.
I have long said way back when we started this show, and then we've done some things regarding what I'm about to say. But I really wanted to do more. I wanted to do like a drama. Like a crying drama. But like a radio drama, Have sounds and stuff. But that will have to be when I'm not dying.
Yes, we'll get to that.
Okay. Do you want to
no. Oh, sugar.
What?
Wow, that's the longest test recording I've ever done. God damn. I'll be back. Hang on.
All right. Hey, audience, how are you doing? Again, not drunk, just sick. We'll be drunk soon, though. Well, I'm halfway through this bottle. Still, though. Yeah, good morning, Vietnam! Oh, that's disappointing. Warframe stopped making their radio dramas, and it's one of the reasons that I gave it up. Oh, Robin Williams was the GOAT, for real. Faux real, dog.
I mean, he was good, yeah.
I love him so much.
He was good.
Yep.
Look, I can't watch Aladdin without,
Oh, I know.
emotion.
I know. God. And that was like...
That's what...
that was like the one from art, like Lion King and Aladdin, that's like the defining ones of our childhood, And
Yes, it was, because I was born just after Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
Didn't grow up with it, and it's more centered towards the females, let's say.
I was gonna say I did still love Little Mermaid though. Absolutely.
Opinions on the new one. I'm not saying anything.
I don't like the graphics. That's what I have to say about that one. Did you see the terrible graphics? Because the graphics are terrible.
Have you seen the character posters?
No, I haven't.
Oh
gosh.
Okay, I'm gonna go find these. I want live reactions on this. This is, oh my god.
Oh dear. You know what? I'm really pulling off. What is it? Sucker Punch? That's who I'm doing today.
Oh what? What the hell?
What?
That is the second time that film has come up this week in conversation for me.
Release the Snyder Cut.
Don't. Please don't.
I like that film, by the way. I'm talking about Sucker Punch, obviously.
Sucker Punch sucks.
See, people think it sucks.
It does suck.
I think it's just my little emo girl heart. It's like, I love it so much.
Right. Let me... I'm going to post these in our Discord chat. One by one.
Oh, dear.
Because they get progressively worse as they go by.
No.
Okay, so there's Ariel.
This is a visual gag that no one can see but me.
No, I just want to hear your reaction more than anything.
Okay.
But anyone wants to see them can just go and search them online.
Okay, well,
fine.
okay. Ariel's poster is beautiful. I mean, she's not redheaded, but that's fine. She is beautiful. Okay.
Huge disappointment for me because of that.
I know. To me, Ariel should have red hair. I just don't know.
So there's Ursula.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, I know.
Okay.
There's this one.
Oh dear.
Who I'm not saying who it is yet.
Oh dear. Oh dear, people. Oh dear. Oh. See, this is what I'm talking about. I am not watching this movie. These graphics are terrible. That is not Sebastian.
Okay, this is the second worst one, by the way. I thought Sebastian was bad.
Oh dear.
But no, this is bad.
Oh.
And I'll say, and saving the worst for last.
Is it Prince Eric? Let's find out.
No.
Okay. No! What? I hate this movie.
Oh, the flounder one is so funny.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, poor they did poor flounder bad.
That was bad, man. Feels bad, man.
Look, I've been sitting on this for a week. No, less than a week, sorry. I've been wanting to talk to you about this for ages.
Oh my gosh. That was awful. Yes, exactly. I'm going to second what Mike Tendo says, which is who has some gasoline. I need to pour it in my eyes. Ugh.
Ah, my eyes. The goggles do nothing.
They do nothing. I need Scuttle to come claw my eyes out. Oh my gosh.
Jeez. Oh my god. The first time I saw those was when I was watching a podcast and I was out and about walking and I was cracking up with laughter out loud in public at that. Yeah. When you look like a mad person walking around laughing to yourself, you just don't care about anything else.
Oh my gosh.
It's great.
Those are, I don't even know. I don't even know. Go East
No,
Texas.
I don't know how you can get something that bad.
Oh gosh. Yes. Oh gosh.
Also, did you happen to hear about the controversy that's happening with Lilo and Stitch?
No. Oh wait, because the girl is like Hawaiian, but not native Hawaiian. That one, or is it more?
She's native. No, she's native Hawaiian, but apparently to some people on the internet who are mostly known as progressives, said that she's not dark enough.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
What the?
Oh dear.
We really live in a racially charged world again. Well done, people. This is where we're at.
I'll say this: I've been off Twitter a week, 2 weeks. Oh
Probably
no.
for the best.
Man, Krusty just went live. Stupid, fabulous Krusty. For those who don't know, he's my new obsession.
Oh, okay. That you'd never said it out loud before.
Oh, yes. So. Fabulous Krusty. He's very handsome. Very handsome. He's been doing face reveals. He's been getting more and more brave.
Okay, well, if I was to say something like that about female streamers, I'll get cancelled. So
you can say they're very beautiful. I didn't say he was sexy. Or he had great man boobs.
We just did.
I said he's handsome. Let's see. Now I know we try to stay away from controversy, but I actually agree with what Mike is saying. 100%.
So do I. Yeah. And Brent put, yep, you're lucky to not be witness to the TN drama. What's TN?
What's TN?
Yeah, Nana just put, I like it. You just call him Krusty. Excellent.
Yeah.
And yeah, Mike Tendo agreed. So we live in a world where the woke are more racial than the unwoke. Oh, Tennessee.
Right.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God.
That was the last thing before I went, bye-bye, Twitter. Nuked it from orbit.
Well, let me just say now, I've made my Twitter experience a little bit more streamlined.
Did you just, block everyone except yourself?
No, I unfollowed people who had aggressively annoying content.
Oh, yeah. No, it's what you have to do to protect your mental health. I 100% believe that, and I stand by anyone that does it.
No, I also think that most of the people that were retweeting shite were just annoying. I've got nothing against them as people. It's just, okay, I don't align let's say, politically with some people.
Well,
And
you
I
can't.
don't
There's
want
8
to
billion
go on
people in the
Twitter
world.
to be political.
Yeah,
But yeah,
see,
when every single thing that some people retweet is political,
oh,
sorry, blanket ban now, unfollowed regardless of who you are.
yeah, well,
Whether or not it's left, right, centre, whatever, don't care. I don't want politics on the timeline.
nope. The only thing I wanted on my timeline were shiny happy thoughts, and
Yeah, I just
it
want.
got worse.
Like, I go on Twitter to talk about games.
I don't even go on Twitter to talk about games, but the shiny happy thoughts weren't there, so I said bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. And it's hasn't been great being back on Facebook. I think I'm gonna nuke that next, and then
Please
eventually Instagram.
I mean, I'm nuking the hell out of Facebook because the only reason I've kept hold of it is actually because of Marketplace.
Oh right. No, the only reason I'm still there is because my family's there. But my family doesn't like me.
That old one.
Yeah, but my family doesn't like me, so.
Well, should we get this S show on the road?
Let's get it started in here.
Ah. Yeah, let's go.
150,
So,
156?
58. 158.
158? Okay.
Yes. Okay.
I'm gonna try
Let me
my
count you
best.
in.
Okay.
I will count you in. So, sorry, I'm just amending my docs. So, 3, 2.
Welcome to Rapid Reviews Radio, episode 156. And you think
58.
Dadgummit, 158. I missed 1 week and I learned how to stop count. I forgot how to count.
I mean, that was like 3 weeks ago at this point. On 56.
I know, man. My brain. But what you might notice, our dear lovely listeners and our watchers at home where you can watch, which is twitch.tv/rapid reviews. I did it. I remembered it. I have a terrible cold again. So the last time you heard me, which technically was 2 weeks ago, I was sick. Guess what? I'm sick again. Not still sick. Sick again.
Recovered and sick again.
Sick again. Which we will talk about how I got sick here in a minute. But I have not even introduced ourselves. I am your co-host, Kiley Wilde. I'm here with my ever-present co-host, P. Beckett.
Hello.
And I like to start the show off every week by asking how everyone's been. Pete, how has your week been? That was my soundboard impression.
I'm really not sure what this announcing voice is all about.
It's because I'm sick and I'm using my deeper, more sexy voice. Smelly cat, or whatever that Friends reference is.
Friends is any reference to Friends is eluded on me because I must be one of the only people in the world who thinks it's utter shite.
No, I don't like Friends, but my mom loved it.
Okay, fair enough.
She loved that.
But anyway, back on topic. My week's been a week.
Mm-hmm.
Moving on.
Every time.
Stressful. Again. Yeah. Stressful.
Adult stressful.
Very adult stressful, but we're close. We're so close.
That's so good. That's so good.
Offers accepted. Mortgage in place. Just waiting on them. Solicitors. It's basically solicitors' hands now. So.
That's so good. Oh, I'm gonna have to send you a housewarming gift when I finally eventually send you your birthday gift, which is actually
I was
going to
say that
gift.
Birthday present. The Christmas, whatever.
You're going to love it.
Yeah, when it comes here next December.
Yes.
In fact, it might even need to have a forwarding address on it at this point.
That's right. Oh, that's actually kind of cool. But anyway, so yes, that's very good. That is actually good, positive news, and I am very happy to hear that for you.
Yeah, but oh god, it's so stressful.
I know it is.
I will tell you off air the one biggest annoyance that I've had so far.
Okay.
And it's probably not what you think it is.
Right. Interesting.
Yes.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
So my
turn. Let's get to it. What's been going on the last 2 weeks?
I don't know. I haven't done much. I don't think. Let's see. Let me put my thinking glasses on. Um, are these not...
Excellent visual cue for audio medium.
Yeah, well, I don't champion
For
the audio
yeah,
listeners.
I know you don't, but for those audio listeners who's been there from the beginning, sunglasses have been put on indoors.
Yes, but look how special these sunglasses are.
They say Italy on them.
Well, they're Versace, and they're the tackiest, fanciest, probably most expensive sunglasses I've ever bought, and I love them. And I will fight anyone to the death who says that they are not beautiful. No, I'm kidding.
Well, I'm going to tell you now that whatever you probably spent on those, I would probably turn around and spend about, I don't know, 80% of that and get a better pair of sunglasses, in my opinion.
It's not about being better. It's about being beautiful.
It's about being bougie to you.
Not bougie, but gold. I love Versace.
Bougie, then. Yeah.
But
then I just put it in the chat. It said, for audio listeners, Kylie was wearing Versace aviators.
Yes. Gilded Versace aviators. But that is a little hint of where I went.
Oh, wow. Okay. Jeez.
I
don't know where that came from.
So, for our lovely listeners, that was a visual clue for you guys.
It's also flipping me the bird.
Yes.
And two
double birds. Yeah, no, I went to Italia, and it was freaking amazing. Absolutely amazing. Not only was the weather stunning, because of course it is.
Well jealous, because that video you sent me, Jesus, that was the first thing I noticed when you...
Oh my god!
I was like, oh, look at that blue sky. I wish that was like it here.
Perfect blue sky. All 5 days I was there. I mean, and it did rain a little bit, but it rained for like 30 seconds and just enough to get you a little bit cooled down. It was perfect.
And then came out and probably was the hottest day that you were there.
Well, because, because it was wet with the rain. You missed me. But it was actually, really nice. But my whole point in going there was to go to Pompeii, which, for people who don't know, Pompeii is a historical site where it's a perfectly preserved town from 2,000 years ago, during the height of the Roman era. Which, if you know me, I love Roman Empire stuff. Mostly because I love gladiators and I love mythology, and holy crap, here's the epicenter. If you are a philosophical person, if you're a deep thinker, if you're just that philosophical deep thinker, you need to go to Pompeii, because it's going to rock your freaking world. It is amazing.
What about if you're not a philosophical deep thinker?
Well, you might want to see it because of curiosity, maybe. See how the Romans
Sweet, I'm still good then. I'm still good.
But it just, I had 5 existential crises while I was there. But then the highlight of it all is the video I sent to Pete. I got to go to Rome and go into the Colosseum and walk in through the gladiator gate. That is an experience. I've never had an experience like it. I just was blown away. The video is very cool. But of course, even though the video looks amazing, it still doesn't capture the sheer size of it.
Yeah.
And I was the tallest person there, and I was just I'm a freaking gladiatrix. That's right. You better move your asses out of my way.
Did you by any chance, whilst you were walking up there, wish you were holding a weapon of some sort?
Gosh, yes, I did. I absolutely
How did I know? I knew that.
And then
you were probably sitting there going, "Yeah, I feel amazing right now.
Yeah.
I could be walking into this arena, about to duke it out for my life."
Oh yeah, I was I threw myself right into that mindset. And then when we got in there, our tour guide, who was a crazy, possibly drunk Italian, who is amazing, Silvio, shout out to him. yeah, I'll talk about him in a second. But he pointed out where, now he says it's where the Pope sits now, but it used to be the Emperor. And so he had his face there. And I don't know, just this like, you have to remember I'm a writer, so I'm very like arty farty. Just this like surge of like emotion hit me, and I was just like, this is the coolest freaking moment I've ever had. I am looking at the Emperor's box. I am the tallest, strongest person here, standing in the middle of the Colosseum, and I was just like, this is the greatest feeling I've ever had. What, Pete? Pete's shaking his head.
Probably definitely shouldn't be saying I was staring at the Emperor's box.
Well, it probably makes it worse that there's a cross there now.
Oh my god.
But yeah, so that experience was so I got to take a little bit of the chalk dust that's on the floor in the gladiator waiting area.
Very
Made
nice.
a necklace out of that. And then had just a nice little look around Rome. I didn't really get to spend as much time as I wanted there because it was 5 days. I had to cram everything into 5 days. I probably could have stayed 2 weeks there and still not have done everything I wanted to do. But the food was amazing. The people were amazing. There was never a bad moment. I was just amazing. Full stop. I just love that experience. Absolutely.
And does it make all that worrying that you did beforehand worth it?
But the worrying for the trip, I just was like a ball of anxiety. I will say I haven't been on a plane in like 11 or 12 years. I'm gonna have to cough, I think. Yes. So I had forgot. Well, I knew that like I was gonna be nervous, and yeah, I hate flying. I do hate flying. It doesn't matter if you're, on Ryanair, which I was on, or if you're in some first class, luxury liner. I hate flying. It's terrifying to me. But worth it.
Flying is fine to me these days. I've done it enough.
Yeah.
I guess if I hadn't have done it for a fair while, I probably would be a bit like, ugh.
Oh.
Okay.
And then it was super turbulent going over.
All the joys. Yeah, that's always the worst. That time that I was coming back from Newquay being one of the worst I've ever experienced. One where I actually did fear for my life.
Oh gosh. I'm gonna cough right quick.
Dead air. Let's fill it for a moment.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. I'm glad you dipped out away from the microphone.
That was a big one. I think I'm gonna have another big one. I'm probably not gonna be able to talk much. I think
That's
that's
fine.
my body
I'm
warning
doing all
me.
the heavy lifting. You might want to turn your mic back on.
I had to cough again.
Oh, okay. That's all right then.
Holy
Just
crap.
in case you started talking and was like, oh, my mic's not on.
Man. See, Pete and I were going to possibly put this off till tomorrow, but I have missed doing this. I haven't talked to another human in like a week.
Oh, I know you haven't really. So
Yeah, so it's like, I need to do this, but I am so sick, guys. I am so sick.
we'll get through this. It's fine. We won't
But,
go long.
yeah, that's what she said. But I highly recommend Italy. Oh my gosh, the food. So I am, as we said, I'm celiac, and so I can't eat wheat. But all Italian food is wheat. So I kind of had a bad
real
time.
place to go.
Yeah, because I was not giving up Napoli pizza. I had to try that. And
Good.
so I did.
It's good, isn't it?
Oh, it was amazing. Holy crap. I've never had anything like it. And, I was very, very sick afterwards, but it was worth it. So worth it.
Of course, yeah. I can't imagine how annoying it must be to see that, because most of what I eat is bread.
Oh my gosh. Well, before I knew I was a celiac, all I ate was bread and pasta. Because it's easy, it's cheap, it's affordable, and it's filling. But I was very, very sick all the time. Oh my. Like since I was a little girl.
Well, that would explain it.
Imagine my surprise.
Well, imagine my shock.
Yeah. Well, not that shocked. Go put a little Futurama in there. But anyway, so that's my thrilling adventures in Italy. I do encourage people to go if they can. I got a really good deal. My flights were only £100. That's round trip.
Whoa,
Yeah.
that's good.
So I was like, okay. But yeah, Brent says it's called Neapolitan pizza, the only non-location on the list of UNESCO World Heritages. All right. Well, it is literally amazing. It was amazing.
It's good.
Yeah,
It's very
and
good.
the pasta was so good. But anyway, that's not what we're here to talk about today. We're here.
Video games.
Games. Video games.
Yes.
Pete will have to do a lot of the heavy lifting because I am just
I know.
Oh, wait, I did forget to mention all this. Okay, so wait, I had 2 incidences. So, if you know me, this is not a brag, but
But it is.
financially secure. So, at Pompeii, I went and bought a bunch of gifts, very, very expensive gifts. The lady selling them to me, she gave me a good luck charm, and she's like, you can't buy this good luck charm, you have to be given it, or it won't work.
Well, obviously, you can't buy luck, can you?
Apparently, like, I never thought of that, but yeah. But apparently it didn't work. I had bad luck the next day. But then I went to Rome, and this guy, African guy, I believe West African, he stopped me. Now, I know what you're thinking, people at home. I know what you're thinking, our lovely viewers. When people stop you in Rome, they're scamming you. Yes. But pick your scams, okay? And I liked his scam.
And what was the scam?
He was like, oh, you like black and white? That's what I wear. Because I love black and white. Obviously, I only wear black. Any jewelry I wear is black and white. And he's like, and I was like, that's right, I do. He's like, oh, that's a lovely accent. Where's it from? And I was like, Texas. And he's like, oh, my father is from New York. And I was like, okay. Hold on, I gotta have a coughing fit.
Okay, initial reactions. I'm pressing X to doubt on this one immediately. And Carly's still coughing. Watch the video. Enjoy this, because this is fun. Take a drink. Oh, for goodness.
Okay, I'm gonna wrap this up and let Pete talk in a minute because this is not gonna
Yeah, you
work.
probably should.
Yeah. Anyway, so he's like, "Give me a fist bump." I gave him a fist bump. I gave him a fist bump, and he clamped this down on my wrist. I was like, "Oh no!" And he was like, "Yes,
I've been
yes."
done.
Huh?
Yeah, you've been done.
Yeah. I was like, "Oh no!" And then he was like, "Oh yes, yes, yes. I mean, this is good luck. This is for my country. It's good luck. Blah blah." And then he put like all these other ones on me. And I was like, okay. I pulled out a 10. And he's like, no money, no money. And I was like,
What's
And
the
he's-
catch?
yeah. And he's like, he's telling me about the story behind elephants being good luck and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, It's like, well, don't worry, elephants are my favorite animal. Anyway, pandas being second, black and white. And he was like, oh, it's very good, it's very good. Okay, well, why don't you give me just a little something for all of this? I was like, so I gave him the 10. He's like, come on. And I was like, oh,
You
fine.
wanted more.
I gave him another 10. I said, that's it. I'm not giving you any more. And he kind of gave me that, like, and I was like, okay,
right,
you're very cute, but I have to go now. And he's like, but lovely lady will have good luck. I kid you not. I mean, I'm not really superstitious. I kind of play into it, but I'm not actually. I'm too practical minded for it. But I had good luck the rest of my trip. So, African luck, Italian luck that week. And then I looked these up on Amazon, and they're actually worth quite a bit. So, I didn't really I didn't get scammed too bad. So.
No, clearly not.
And I made somebody's day, which always makes me happy. So.
Yeah, you can't you can't put a price on making someone's day.
Yes.
And they clearly kind of made your day as well at some point.
Yeah, exactly. See, I like that. Aw, I love humans.
Yes. Speaking of humans,
Yes!
let's get on to the news, shall
Yeah,
we?
because
Because I
I'm
thought
done.
I know. I thought we'd start off our news stories this week with a bit of humour, a bit of lightheartedness, and I'm not even going to tell you what it is. I'm just going to read you this.
Okay.
I mean, you've obviously seen
I was
the
gonna
document,
say, I have the show notes. But go ahead.
No, I meant it was more collectively for the audience as well.
Yes.
So this came from a certain person called Ethan Gack on Twitter that said, and this was done on the 26th of April, so we're talking 4 days ago now. It's preview day for Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, a huge game I would love for Kotaku to be able to inform its millions of readers about firsthand. Unfortunately, Nintendo still has it blacklisted from advanced coverage, a move I would argue is both unprofessional and coercive. Let's all laugh at Kotaku.
Okay. I want to discuss this. I know I didn't want to talk, but I want to discuss this.
All I'm going to say on this one, this was the excellent case of a bit of Schadenfreude.
Well, that's what I wanted to know, Pete. Were Kotaku the only ones banned? As far as you know.
I think I'm not sure if Polygon were as well.
That's what I would like to know. If anyone in our
I don't actually know that side of things. But a lot of YouTubers made it to getting some coverage for it.
Well, there
like
you
Skill
go.
Up.
There you go. Maybe
now,
karma does really exist.
Well, this is why I put this in there, because I think it really does, and it's about time that Kotaku ate some humble pie.
I have to agree with you.
So, it's let me think about this one. What would you reckon it was that potentially caused the problem with Nintendo? Before Kotaku, could it have been telling people how to pirate Metroid Dread 2 days after it came out?
I think that definitely contributed. Didn't they?
Yes.
Didn't they do something against Zelda as well? I think they did.
I'm pretty sure they did.
Yeah.
Pretty sure they did, but I can't remember. I'm just going through the comments, and obviously most of them are talking about this is what happens when you choose politics over gaming. Gaming no longer chooses you for anything. That's a great comment.
That is actually really good. It's very good.
Yeah, it was.
Don't be political in your games.
Yeah.
Well,
and then we've got this. We've then got this comment here. I'm not going to post who said it. It just says Kotaku deserves worse.
It's true though.
Yeah. Pretty much.
It's true.
Yeah, it's for me. This was just something I wanted to put in there, just to have a little laugh at the Kotaku journalists.
Here's why it annoys me. Kotaku, I mean, not Nintendo's decision. Way back when, settle in, little kids.
Back in my day.
Back in my day, when I was in journalism school. Way back
when
then.
there was all about.
Yeah. We used pencils and paper and wrote in cursive or whatever it is old people say. Kotaku was my main, like, when I'd hop on the internet, that was the first place I'd go and check. And then my dream was to work for Kotaku. This was pre-Gamergate, obviously.
Of course.
To watch what Kotaku has become it's mind-blowing. It's gutter journalism. Oh, crap. I'm going to have to go off again. It's gutter journalism. I'm going to let you keep going, Pete. Okay, you go ahead, Pete.
Yeah. Yeah, so I was the same as you. I used to really kind of enjoy Kotaku's coverage on things before the whole Gamergate thing happened. Ever since Gamergate happened, and they had a fair few people on there that were, let's just say, activists disguised as journalists.
Well, here's the thing. I'm going to say this. Journalism and politics do have a place. They do.
Yeah, of course.
They are siblings. They They do have a place to be together. It shouldn't be your primary focus. It should be a subheading where people can go to and say, oh, I really like politics. I really like games. Let me go to the subheading that combines both. As opposed to your entire product being political games.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And I really did enjoy back then the feminist slant back then, which was, it was very brand new, you know, and it was saying like I've referred to this before, but you know, like Lara Croft, the reboot that came out, you know, they're the first ones that called it that Lara Croft was like this weak character who gets sexually assaulted and then turns into Tomb Raider. Okay, that's a load of bunk. I hate that trope. Sexual assault can make a woman strong, but it shouldn't be the only catalyst available to her. You know, so they called that out, and I was like, yeah. So they're very pro women in that way, and they're the ones that called out Dead Island, which I do want to talk about Dead Island, by the way. Riptide.
We'll get to that. We may get to that.
Riptide for their terrible awfulness for what they did, and that's okay. A story, a subheading, a whole section of political journalism games, very cool. Turning your entire identity into that, you're gonna have to suffer consequences, and that's what they're doing now.
Yep. I'm pretty sure that famous story from Kotaku UK about the disability slur in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate's DLC really went far, didn't it?
Oh my gosh, I've never forgotten that. Oh, I just like... And then, here's the thing. So, I've been in journalism my entire adult career. I did a lot of, like, minimum wage jobs coming up. But as soon as I got out of uni, as you guys call it, we call it college, whatever. I was a journalist. And I worked for newspapers and all that kind of stuff. There is some weird entitlement to Kotaku journalists that I don't understand. Like...
I do.
You have to get used to rejection. You have to be able to work with an editor who says, okay, Kiley, I love you, but this is crap. That never really happened to me. Maybe once.
But that's the problem. Is I don't think there are any strong-willed editors there that are willing to turn around and tell people that their work sucks.
This is what I don't understand about any big-name games journalists, especially Kotaku's, but you know what? Even Jason Schreier. Where do these egos come from? Because when I was coming up through the ranks, you didn't have room for an ego unless you had a Pulitzer. And guess what? They ain't that many people that got Pulitzers. And they ain't any in games journalism as far as I know. I could be wrong.
Not as far as I know.
I could be wrong. You can correct me. That's fine. So where this like prima donna ego comes from, I'm just like, what?
It comes from a similar place as a certain individual on the Young Turks known as Anna Kasparian turning around and telling you, I am better than you. And I don't care.
Oh my gosh. I know.
It's that twattish behaviour that we live in now.
We try not to get political on this show. We do really try, but let's be honest. Right now, society is putting politics into everything.
Yeah, exactly my point.
I am a little bit on the center, but I'm also left. It depends what politics we're talking about. So, in some ways, I can be considered far left because I am a socialist, economically speaking. But I'm also quite center when we're talking just morally. The Young Turks are like, I don't know what's going on with them. They're not even left. They're like off on another planet. They're not even far left. They're up their own aces.
Well, this is because it's Cenk Uygur who runs it, who is an utter
he's terrible,
idiot.
Arrogant. And this is what I don't understand.
He's an arrogant idiot.
I don't understand about the current climate of journalists who are arrogant prima donnas. We have all had to start in what they call the dugout, which is, well, it depends on where you work, but it's usually called the bullpen or the dugout or whatever.
The grad bay.
Yeah, whatever. You grab whatever story you can coming off the facts, because yes, it still comes through on facts.
Yeah.
Whoever gets it first gets it. And you try your best. And you know, sometimes you don't get a byline. Byline is where they put your name on there.
Yeah.
Sometimes your bylines get, people start saying, "Oh, Kiley wrote this. I want to read it." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We all work our butts off. Why this weird, strange group has cropped up of just completely entitled prima donnas? I don't know where it comes from. Because they must have rich parents or something, or connections or something. Because like I said, I've been in journalism since I was 20 years old. 20. And to watch these people and be like, "Oh, what I do is the best. My word is the law," or whatever. I'm just like, where did you get that from? Now
I'm gonna be perfectly honest here,
Jonathan
and I'm
just
gonna
subscribed.
we'll get to that in a moment anyway. I think a lot of this, and I'm not even revealing what my politics are because I don't want to talk about them, so you will not know.
I know them.
I know you do, but that's a private conversation that we have. So I won't reveal my politics on the internet because I don't care. It's not that I have any issue with it. I think a lot of this is a symptom of distrust in mainstream media and specifically mainstream news outlets.
Yeah,
but I think there's a lot. I think there is also a larger symptom to this, and I think this has been going on for at this point, nearly 30 years, especially over in America.
I would say,
and it goes by a certain name, and I'm just gonna drop it. I don't care what you think. Alex Jones's InfoWars probably started all of this.
Okay, so I'm sorry for our audience. You're just gonna have to hang with us. We haven't talked in like a week, so. Here's the crazy thing about Alex Jones, because Alex Jones is from Texas. Alex Jones 30 years ago, not crazy. I'm not kidding. Joe Rogan 20 years ago, not crazy. I don't know what happened to these two.
I honestly believe that it's a symptom of shock journalism.
It must be.
It's the way that life has been going and the time that they've been sort of around. People have tried to catch up. The fact that we've got free access to the internet, meaning that a lot more people are able to start their own businesses, their own enterprises. They can live by their own policies. They're not adherent to certain editorial standards. It is a symptom, and it is just. It is literally the tagline of a certain radio station I listen to over here, which has nothing to do with video games, politics. It's Talk Sport, and they report their news as first and fastest.
Yeah, I think that's dangerous.
That's the problem.
Yeah, I think that's dangerous.
Because how many times do people get things wrong when they're trying to be first?
Yeah, but I even remember being in uni and watching, we had Good Morning America. I don't know. You guys have like morning talk shows here. I was getting ready to go to school, and they were talking about this new grassroots journalism called blogging.
Yeah.
And that right there, I think, is when editorializing started to take over.
Yeah.
And become more prominent than actual news reporting. Because I was listening to this, and then I went to uni, and they're like, "Okay, write a story using these facts." And then you had to do like consecutive facts, in the order of when they occurred. An accident occurred on this highway at 2:00, and these were the survivors, and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And then I would go home and I'd listen to this television show, and it would be like, "Oh, the new thing is your opinions on everything matters." But this is what happens, is now, and Kotaku is a perfect example, we've gone from fact-based journalism to opinion-based journalism. And
this got masquerading as fact.
Yeah, so exactly. So everyone thinks that these blogs, because that's what they are. Kotaku is a blog.
No, they are essentially all of them are just bloggers.
Yes. Their word is law. Well, guess what? No, it's not. It's an opinion piece. It's all editorial. Yeah. When we had to print the newspaper back in the day, I'm so old. We had to either write, if someone paid to have an article put in, we had to put advertisement and little letters.
Which is now known as sponsored content.
Right. If it was an opinion piece, we had to put editorial and small little letters. Or op-ed. Op-ed's another one. Don't have to do that now. People like
No.
Washington Post, I think, they just post op-eds as
All the time. Even like the New York Times does it quite a lot now as well, which is quite weird to say considering how big of an institute they were a few years ago at this point.
It's terrible. And I know that we're kind of going on at length about this, but you have to understand, Pete and I are both games journalists. I am a journalist. I went to school for journalism. It was my goal, my dream, to be a journalist, and I was until
Sorry, carry on talking.
Okay. I was. I've told this story so many times, but I was until I had to cover a double murder, and then I was like, oh, I don't think journalism's for me. Until I found about games journalism, and then I'm like, oh, games journalism, I can do that.
Yeah,
but
that's the thing is, I wanted to be a journalist. Mm-hmm. I really did.
You are.
I'd say I am just doing this, but like the thing is that like I wanted to be a paid journalist working for places like Kotaku, Polygon, Eurogamer, and all that.
That was
after
my
what
goal.
I've seen since Gamergate, I've been like, I'm not sure I want to do this anymore.
See, Pete and I were the prime age to experience Gamergate.
Everything you were told about Gamergate is a complete lie, by the way.
I couldn't understand. I couldn't grasp what was happening at the time. I remember.
I know what was happening. It was quite obvious to work out what was happening.
We had like 3 different narratives. And I'm talking about the immediacy. Now, on the aftermath, you could pick through it and go, oh, well, this was what was actually happening, you know.
Yes, but there is a defense being run for certain people in the industry.
Well, that was the thing. I mean, even like Daniel Dwyer, who I have mentioned on the show many, many times, is someone I follow. I mean, I'm not on Twitter anymore, but when
someone I used to respect.
Yeah, and with GameSpot, you know, like he was my favorite on GameSpot. His content was the best. And so he started doing this game, whatever that game is called, Depression Quest or whatever it's called.
Depression Quest, yeah, by Zoe Quinn.
And I was like sitting there, and he's like, you know, this is a really serious game, and blah blah. And I'm sitting there going, this is not a good game. Like,
no, it's really badly designed.
It's not a good game. Yeah, and I was like, looking at
the message in it is fine, you
right?
know, nothing wrong with the
no,
content
I love
of
that.
It,
yeah,
but the game itself sucks.
Yeah, I was just like, even his like content, which was amazing and hilarious at the time, but the content for Depression Quest was bad, and I was like, I'm not, you know, jiving with this. And of course, we had Anna Sarkeesian come out of that.
Anita, you mean?
Anita, sorry. And I didn't like her from the get-go.
I don't blame you.
I did, from that day she said all that nonsense that, you know, oh, this is the male fantasy or whatever. And
it's
then
a male
like,
power fantasy and all that sort of nonsense.
I was like, chick, I've been playing video games since I was 5 years old. Sitting in people's laps since I was 3 playing video games since I was 5, since, you know, and it's like, So anyway, that was a long rant to just say, I'm so disgusted with the current state of journalism, and I'm glad Kotaku got blocked.
Yeah, but this is the thing though, is that the narratives, like, even though Gamergate happened, 2016 now, wasn't it?
I think it was even older when it 2014.
Either way, whenever it happened,
a long time ago.
That's my rare moment of not actually remembering a date or things like that. That's weird.
I think
but
it's 14.
It's been such a long period of time ago, but yet that narrative still remains that it's all toxic men, all this, all that. No, it was not.
No,
it was a bunch of journalists running defense for someone they considered a friend.
That was
and
it.
it was to do with, you know, ethics in journalism.
Oh, I forgot about that stupid phrase. But here's the thing. Like, don't get me wrong. Being a female gamer in 2014 or 2016, whatever year it was, it sucked. It did. I've talked about it before. I would go in waiting rooms or whatever, and first they thought I was a 10-year-old boy. That was kind of okay, because then they're just like, oh, what are you, a effing PUSSY? You know, all that kind of stuff. I was like, cool. But then, if I was playing with a friend and that friend said, that's a chick, dude, then all of a sudden it was like, oh, what's your number? Yeah, and then it
Yeah.
started getting lewd and crude and all this kind of stuff.
Y-
So there was misogyny in gaming. Let's not deny that.
Look, there was all sorts in voice chats,
Yeah.
lobby chats on Xbox Live, and this is
There
why
still
the
is.
joke keeps coming up nowadays. Is I did my tour on the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 like online service.
I definitely
like-
did.
No, I did too.
Yeah.
It was.
Oh,
I
Halo was
like
the
the
worst,
joke
though.
because it is utterly true. That's
It
the good
is.
thing about it. You used to hear every manner of thing on those kinds of lobbies. And,
Racist, homophobic, sexist.
transphobic, whatever.
Oh,
you know.
gosh.
Sorry, I was just doing the Hillary thing there. Xenophobic.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah,
But-
I'm not.
I mean, and Pete and I are talking about a whole different way of life than some of our listeners even know about. But it's true. It was a tough time. There was a couple of years it was tough. But Gamergate seemed to, like, galvanize.
Killed everything.
It separated people. It
Look,
extremed it.
I'm going to be honest here. I think the Gamergate was day zero for exactly what we're experiencing now.
I would actually agree with that, Pete. I don't always agree with Pete. I'm going to agree with it here because here's the thing. When Gamergate was presented to us in its just shallow
In its
form.
infancy, yeah.
Yeah, it's infancy. It's just brand new. I was like, oh, yeah, they're all giving her death threats. Oh, she's a female gamer. I'm defending her. And then details started coming out. And if you had any kind of brains in your head, you were like, because I won't defend a woman just because she's a woman. It has to be.
I won't defend a man just because they're a man.
Right, exactly. Like, no. So then I started going, uh-oh. And I started seeing some kind of like, I kind of see the other side of this. But at the same time, as I'm saying that, the extreme other side, the misogynist, they went nuts. And they're like, women don't play games. All women should be out of games. Women are stupid, blah, blah, blah. F women, all the incels came out and all this kind of stuff. So it was just like, I'm sitting there going, I don't know where my position is.
I think a lot of people didn't because, it diluted the pool quite a lot by doing so. You had one side of things blaming all toxic males and all of that.
And then the other
you've got
side
one side
blaming
basically
women.
just being massively misogynistic and xenophobic, racist, God knows what else you wanted to say.
Yeah, because I remember one guy.
There were winners and losers on both sides, let's be honest with this one. And people like me and you, who are the impartial ones, and sit in the middle, we completely lost in this because we lost good journalism.
Yep.
And, we lost what was essentially, gaming before politics got involved.
Yeah. Well, see, what's kind of weird about this, and our older listeners will recognize what I'm talking about. Before Gamergate, there was Kane and Lynch controversy.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Kane and Lynch was a precursor to Gamergate. But it didn't have the sexual identity politics involved in it because it was all men. That right there should have been the end-all, be-all. Don't pay for reviews. Don't have sexual favors for reviews. I mean, that should be a given. But, don't pay for reviews. But that didn't end it. It then went directly from Kane and Lynch to Gamergate.
Into Depression Quest.
Yeah, into Depression Quest. And it was just because she was a female game developer that people went nuts. And it was like, but we've literally just had the same controversy, but with Kane and Lynch. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. I agree with Mike Tito.
Yes,
so,
so do I. He says it is all BS. If you enjoy video games, you're a gamer. Video games are for everyone, regardless of your gender.
Absolutely.
Okay, look, we've gone a lot longer on this than I thought than just having a laugh because we've gone pretty much down the rabbit hole here.
I know. I haven't talked to anyone.
I know, but I do want to finish it up with the quote tweet that I posted out on this.
Oh, goodness. Okay.
It says, Kotaku, let's tell people how to pirate Metroid Dread in an article. I'm sure this won't piss off Nintendo. Also, Kotaku, oh my god, Nintendo removed our access to the biggest game of the year. How dare they?
Okay.
I finished it up with a GIF that said, you gon' learn today with the words that specifically said, you made your bed, now lie in it.
You know what? Pete ain't wrong, and I do want to expand on that again. I'm sorry. I do. I know we're spending a lot of time on this, but it just struck a chord with me because it's about journalism. What you'll learn for our listeners and viewers out there who are going into journalism or who are journalists. This is terrible. This is especially true for America, but it's really true for any capitalist country. Your advertisers are king. You appease those advertisers. I remember when I first learned that lesson, and it was a gut punch, and I hated it. Because chat saying this escalated quickly. It did.
It really did.
But I remember because I switched from journalism over to graphic design, and they gave me my own department, which was really nice of them.
Yeah.
I was like 21, and I was running a freaking production team for a newspaper. I was awesome. But anyway, that's when I found out, especially with a newspaper, you had to sell 70% of that newspaper's page for 30% content.
Whoa.
So what do I mean by that? If you piss off Nintendo, they ain't gonna give you jack shite. Because they're your advertiser. Your advertiser is king. You have to appease them. Our ad sales people, they would take our advertisers out for lunch. You know what I mean? These are like wealthy millionaires, and our advertisers are paid on commission, and they were treating them to lunch because they had to wine dine 69.
Hey.
They didn't really do that 69. That was just a joke.
No, cool. I know.
But in order to sell that ad space, so Nintendo, they're not gonna. If you don't play nice with them, it sucks. It sucks because there's some moral gray areas there. But if you don't kiss up to your advertisers, they ain't gonna kiss up to you. You know?
Very true. Very true.
So that's what it means, you youngins out there. If you want to be a journalist.
Yes. I'm gonna say this is another case study in the series of decline of Kotaku and leading to their inevitable demise.
Which is disappointing.
I give it a
but
year.
Inevitable. Oh, I'm surprised that they're a limping. I can't believe
They are. That's why I said I'll give it a year.
Yeah.
If that.
I'm
If they don't get access to Tears of the Kingdom, that's then done. I think at this point.
Don't piss off your advertisers if you live in a capitalist economy.
And also, if you are getting codes for free from companies,
well, that's what I mean. Yeah,
maybe don't annoy them.
Exactly.
By telling them how to get free games.
Yep. Oh
Morons.
gosh.
Well done. You're an idiot.
Yep.
Moving on.
Yes, I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine. So we had something interesting come out over the week. I'm not sure if you got a chance to watch it yet.
No, I haven't watched anything.
Okay. Well, then I would suggest that you go and have a look at this after the stream, and I'll post us the link for everyone afterwards as well. Because the long-rumoured, I'd say long-awaited to some degree, long-rumoured, Twisted Metal TV show has had its first teaser trailer.
Have you seen it yet, Pete?
What?
Did you watch it?
Yes, I did.
Is it amazing?
Unfortunately not for me.
Is it full of metal music?
No.
No! I have to go watch this. Oh, man. You know I've been waiting for this.
I know you have. So let me read this as it came through on VGC. So sources are VGC for this episode again. So Sony has released the first teaser trailer for the Twisted Metal TV show, which is viewable below, which is in the article, of course. So this is coming to Peacock in America. Don't know if we have it over here either. Peacock announced in February 2022 that it picked up the PlayStation production show, and it's now confirmed plans to stream it in the US beginning on July 27th.
Oh, nice.
So pretty close.
Yep.
So, funnily enough, it's got a cast. It has a cast.
Nice, okay. This makes me
It stars
happy.
Anthony Mackie,
Okay.
Will Arnett,
Okay. Oh.
Samoa Joe, Thomas Hayden Church, Stephanie Beatrice, and Neve Campbell.
Oh gosh, we're on
That's
the,
a
like,
cast.
that's like the C list of everything.
I disagree. Actually.
Really? Will Arnett?
No, because there's some
Campbell?
good actors in there. Neve Campbell's Neve
Uh-huh.
Campbell.
Scream? Party of
Yeah,
Five?
I know. Like she's one of the classic Scream queens.
Oh
I think
dear.
Thomas Hayden Church is a
Thomas
decent
Hayden
decent
Church?
actor.
We're at like B and C list, Pete.
Yeah, I know. Look, the actors on the show here are alright. I'm trying to be nice about it, but
Okay.
they're not big draws. The only one is probably Anthony Mackie.
Yeah, I mean that's
And
pretty.
He's the main one that's in the teaser.
I have to go watch this. You know,
And
I
you
do.
get you. Anyway, just going to get onto this. So, the show, which was written and executive produced by Michael Jonathan Smith, who was an executive producer on Cobra Kai, stars Mackie as John Doe, an amnesiac who talks as fast as he drives, according to Peacock. Doe has to traverse a post-apocalyptic wasteland to deliver supplies to an outpost, and will be aided by car thief Quiet, who's played by Beatrice, while being pursued by patrolman Agent Stone, who's played by Church.
That's a weird setup.
Yeah. So, I know. So,
It's not how
I
the
will
games
go
are.
over this. I'll go over it essentially so you can listen. I'll put this on whilst I was going to play it, but from what I remember of it, because it was very brief, it's only like a minute long.
Right. Okay.
Is you have the first image of like the car that he's going to be using, the John Doe character.
Yes.
Has a little moment where he talks to the camera, so yeah, probably feels
Fourth
like
wall.
it's going to be one of those fourth wall breaking sort of moments.
Deadpool. Sexy Deadpool.
Drives into this post-apocalyptic area. It sort of flashes up on screen. We then have a big tease of the ice cream truck and Sweet Tooth.
So Sweet
And
Tooth
that's it.
shows up. Okay.
Yeah, and that's it. That's
That-
all you get. It's not the worst, but it doesn't reveal anything unless
Right.
you know the series.
I will
I'm
have to
not
watch
impressed.
this. Yeah, I'll have to watch it. For those who don't know, I'm really old. Twisted Metal Black. It's Twisted Metal,
Which was the
1, 2, and
online
3.
version.
Yeah, Twisted Metal Black is my favorite. I believe it's the one that had the Rob Zombie.
I believe so,
Soundtrack.
yeah.
It was an amazing game. I mean, I'm looking through rose-colored glasses, of course, because this is like I came home from school and played, so I loved that and Abe's Odyssey and Parasite
Plus,
Eve.
Look, it was one of those games that of the PS2 generation, PS1 era as well, with Twisted Metal. It had an attitude, and it stood out because it had that real punk aesthetic attitude.
And the music was amazing. So like I have a personal stake in like I want it to succeed. I want it to be amazing. The same way I want the Fallout TV show to be amazing, you know? Because I have a connection to it. But like I spent so many hours, I kid you not, Twisted Metal 3 and Twisted Metal Black, Abe's Odyssey, Parasite Eve, all of that. That was my after school nerd girl. You know, spending my time doing that because I didn't have friends. I was a lonely little nerd girl. So I want it to be amazing, you know. It was a fun game. It really was. But again, I'm seeing that through rose-tinted glasses back into the past.
Of course.
So, yeah, it may be awful. But that soundtrack, Rob freaking Zombie was on it.
Yeah, it was a good soundtrack.
Yeah.
But I think that's all I've really got to say about it. I was sort of half hoping you would have seen this beforehand.
No, I need to go
I
watch
guess this
it.
will give you, it gives you a reason to go and have a look, because now that I've said I'm not a fan,
Yeah, now I
you're just going
have
to be
to.
contrarian and prove me wrong.
Oh, heck yeah.
No, I just think there's not enough info, right? And this, I guess that's the point of a teaser. It's supposed to set you up in the world and all that, but not enough is given to me to get me invested yet, so I'll wait for trailer 1 before I make full judgment.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Moving
going from one thing that fell flat to another thing that potentially fell flat. Respawn has apologised for the state of Star Wars Jedi Survivor on PC.
We need to talk about that.
Oh, we do.
Yes,
Because I
we
want to read
do.
the story and discuss it.
Okay, you do that, and then we're going to talk about that.
We are. Respawn has apologised for the launch state of Star Wars Jedi Survivor on PC. This is a quote. We are aware that Star Wars Jedi Survivor isn't performing to our standards for the percentage of our PC players, and particularly those with high-end machines or certain specific configurations.
That's the crazy
When
bit.
Star Wars Jedi Survival was released on Friday, so this is the Friday that's just been the 28th, PC players reported severe issues, including stuttering, frequent crashing, and issues wherein opening and closing the game too frequently as a result of crashes would lock players out of the game due to the DRM thinking it had opened on several PCs at once.
Yep. That was the big one.
No, I didn't even know about that one.
Yeah, no, that's the big one.
Now, I can only go by the review that I'd watched from SkillUp, who reviewed this on a 4090. Said it was atrocious.
That's what I don't understand. Well, to be fair, let's do a little brief history of GPUs.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, from what I understand, the best GPU to have is something like a is it 2030? Not.
Well, you would.
The 30.
No, apparently
30 whatever,
like the 20,
not the 40
like the
whatever.
26, like so the 2060, 2070 Ti and stuff like that are all the ones
20s.
that you should be looking at. The 20 series is probably the better series of cards to use it.
Pete's right. The 20 series is what I'm talking about. But everybody went because the 30 series has dropped and the 40 series has dropped, which is insane to me, by the way. And so everybody went and spent all their money and they bought these very advanced graphics GPUs. I think this is my theory. Please prove me wrong. This is my theory. They did that because of Bitcoin mining.
Mm-hmm.
Not for actual graphics. So
no, they did it as a way to cull those Bitcoin miners for sure.
Yeah, so all these games that should, in theory, perform like crazy, amazing, insane on these hyper crazy graphic performing computers are just glitching and bottoming out.
Yep.
Jedi Survivor being the biggest one for me personally. I was
okay,
really looking forward to this.
Let me give you this quote. That's part of the article.
Yep.
Digital Foundry's analysis of the PC version called it the worst AAA PC port of 2023 so far.
Yeah. Well, see, that's a twofer, as Pete says. One, it is the worst. I 100% agree with that. I'm massively disappointed. And two, so far, because they know that
More's to come.
There's so much more to come. Those are terrible. Stay away from the 30s and 40s. Stay away from them. For now.
I'll get to that. I'll get to that in a minute.
Okay.
We may have a story on here that may get me to talk about that. Let's get into that. So let me just carry on reading and we can discuss a bit further. So what adds to the backlash is that the game was subject to a 6-week delay designed to achieve the level of polish our fans deserve, end quote.
They effed that up so bad, Pete.
So a statement posted to Twitter continues, while there is no single comprehensive solution for PC performance, the team has been working on fixes we believe will improve performance across a spectrum of configurations. We are committed to fixing those issues as soon as possible, but each patch requires significant testing to ensure we don't introduce new problems. Thanks for understanding and apologies to any of our players experiencing these issues. We will continue to monitor performance across all platforms and share update timing as soon as it is available.
I'm so disappointed in Respawn. I am, because Respawn...
For them, this is hugely disappointing, considering that they usually release games in a very optimized state.
They're a trusted... They're the ones that do the Switch ones, right? Isn't that it?
What do you mean?
Don't they do like Switch ports and stuff?
No, they don't. So that's like Panic Button, people like that. Respawn are the ones that worked on Apex Legends.
Yeah, it was something like I knew they were a big name, So this was
and
like a
Titanfall.
massive, Titanfall. That was it. This is a massive disappointment. I saw that and I was like, what are you doing? This is such a highly anticipated game because everyone wants to play Cal Kestis. He's hot. Um, he's very hot. He's so in right now. Yeah, you load it
Well,
up.
like Jonathan Majors was about 4 months ago.
Pete. Oh.
I know.
We should talk
Sorry.
about that at some point. But anyway,
We're gonna have to.
Yeah, we're literally gonna have to. To watch this launch, this is a highly anticipated game. Jedi, as I call it, Order of the Fallen. Which still cracks me up every time I hear it. Jedi Fallen Order. It was a massive, success. This is a highly anticipated sequel. And not just a sequel in its own right, it's a standalone game. It's a whole cool new thing.
It's huge. It's massive, apparently.
Massive. This is AAA. It's like the quote you just said, disappointing AAA 2023. And I just looked at chat. But it is like, I cannot believe they dropped the ball on this. Like, it's freaking Jedi Survivor. Like, everyone wants to play this. I've been watching the, like, freaking little drip drabs of teasers and screenshots and Hottie Cal Kestis and, and his little team. And for them to just, like, drop the ball on this ain't good. This ain't good.
Pretty appalling. So,
yeah, very.
Nana put in the chat that he said, I thought it looked fine. You've probably, in all honesty, what you've probably been watching is probably the PS5 and the Xbox Series versions, because they've been fine.
I think that was the Twisted Metal, though, wasn't it? What are you talking about?
It might have been.
Oh, yeah.
If that's the case, I apologise for that. But yeah, the PS5 and the Xbox versions have been mostly fine from what I've seen, and
Yeah.
the reviews have been coming in and saying that it's a very, very good Star Wars game, or just a good game anyway.
Yeah. Like,
but this doesn't help the fact that someone who is a lapsed Star Wars fan to get back in.
Oh, that's right, Pete.
I still have Jedi Fallen Order, and I still haven't played it.
Order of the Fallen. You should play. Here's the thing. I want to talk about Star Wars for a second. I know we're going down a lot of rabbit holes, but I haven't talked to anybody in 5 days. 6 days? I don't know. Pete's the only person I talk to. Yeah. So here's the thing. Star Wars sucks right now. And if you don't think that, you're very idealistic.
Okay.
Star Wars sucks. But Jedi Order of the Fallen is one of those rare gems where the storytelling's on point, the characterization is on point. It's just a really good little standalone Star Wars story. It feels right and everything. So, yeah, Pete's not wrong. If you want to get back on board with Star Wars, Fallen Order is a really good place to start. Cal Kestis is awesome. And I mean, I'm kind of joking and being like, oh, he's such a hottie, blah, blah, blah. That's just me being silly.
No, I don't disagree.
Yeah, I mean, he is. But I'm really just being silly. He's a very good character. They really did a good characterization. And the team that they surround him with, it's just very reminiscent of old style New Hope version of Star Wars. Which, I'm sorry, but for me, the original trio will always be the superior one. I'm sorry. I know that there's been some good stories come out. Like,
hot take.
Uh-huh.
There are only 3 good Star Wars movies, and even one of those, half of the movie is good and half of it's not so good.
Well, the thing is,
I'll leave that up to interpretation of which one you think.
Empire Strikes Back is his best. But
Still is by a country mile.
By country mile for sure. But like those are great. I do like. I drank an entire bottle of wine, but the last one, not Clone Wars, the second trio. The one where he becomes...
the prequel trilogy.
Yeah, the one where he becomes Darth Vader.
Yeah, the prequel trilogy.
When I was a teenager, I really had a crush on Darth Vader, like so bad. Not Anakin. Darth Vader. That's really weird. It's the voice, and he was like, I don't know, I had daddy issues. So I was like, Darth Vader, I love you.
I can turn him good.
I can fix him. I can fix him.
There you go.
And then of course we then find out in the prequels about Padme and all this kind of stuff, and I'm like, I really could fix him. If it was me, he had picked. But anyway, so I don't really know what my point was. Star Wars sucks right now. Did you see they canceled a bunch of them?
I'm afraid to say, Star Wars has sucked since 1999.
Well, but see, like the Bad Batch is
But
good.
then you have Clone Wars and.
Well, this is what I'm saying.
Rebels
There's these little
like
bright spots.
They have blips.
Yeah, the
Bad Batch.
The Bad Batch is good. Jedi.
I have no care to watch it.
Oh, it's cute though. It is.
Care.
You know, I mean, the Clone Wars animated series was really good, but as I said, I've said this before. I went and watched the movie version, and it was awful.
Do you want to know why that is?
Why?
Because the TV series was actually done by someone decent, Gennady Tartakovsky, who did Samurai Jack.
Oh, right. Okay. Love the TV version. Went and watched the freaking... I've said this before on the show, but I went and watched the freaking movie version of that. As soon as they brought out the Hutling, I was like, I need to leave. I hate this. I hate everything about this. It was awful. But
well, there you go.
But when it comes to games, Jedi Order of the Fallen, the one where you're what's his name? You're the Knights of the Old Republic, obviously. Force Unleashed. I mean, that's where the stories really come alive.
Look, Force Unleashed 2 wasn't as good, but Force Unleashed 1 is still good.
Force Unleashed is one of my absolute favorite Star Wars properties to this day. I just love it.
Still Knights of the Old Republic for me.
Knights of the Old Republic, so good. Knights of the Old Republic 2, not bad. So, if you're a Star Wars person who's disappointed, much like myself, much like Pete, in the current...
I'm not disappointed. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
Exactly. Well, no, we're joking, but that's the truth. I'm so disappointed.
No, if I was joking, I'd laugh. No, I'm actually furious. Like, I grew up with Star Wars. It was like an institution in my house.
Exactly. Like, it's a major... Like, my mother and I didn't bond about a lot of things, but she was a big sci-fi person. She loved Star Wars, and the fact that she could share that with me, and we went and we watched the 3, prequels or whatever together. I mean, we ended up hating most of them, but it was a bonding thing for my mom and I didn't bond. So stuff like that was like so important to us.
Yep.
So to watch what it's become lately is hugely disappointing. But I'm saying all this to say that the games I listed are, if you are kind of like me and Pete, and you're kind of like a little jaded towards Star Wars right now, these games that we just listed get back into them, and Ashoka, the series, it may be good. Mandalorian, I'm on the fence about the first season.
Excuse me.
Okay.
I'm sure you and one other person told me to watch The Mandalorian, and all I've been seeing across the entire 3rd series is The Mandalorian sucks.
Okay,
and I've been saying this from the beginning.
Well, here's the thing about The Mandalorian. The first season is effing amazing. Just full stop. The second series, pretty good.
I would go back and watch it now. Now knowing what you know, you'll probably see more problems with it.
Probably would.
Don't go back and watch it. Don't ruin your good vision of it.
So this 3rd series, okay, I'm going to be honest. So, how do I phrase this?
Bluntly and to the point.
Which is how I am.
I know.
But it's like, okay, there is 2 versions of Star Wars, just in life, in general. Star Wars...
Good Star Wars.
There's
and
good Star Wars and bad Star Wars. Star Wars is silly. It is made with puppets.
Oh, it's utterly ridiculous at the best of times.
It's cheesy.
It's a sci-fi western, like
it's a
samurai,
like space
stupid.
opera, samurai base. Oh
it
my
shouldn't
gosh!
work, but it did.
When Han Solo, when Princess Leia goes, "I love you," and Han Solo goes, "I know." That's the sexiest, hottest thing I've ever seen in my life.
I mean, did you also know that Harrison Ford fell out with George Lucas about this one because he didn't want to say the line?
He didn't. It's the sexiest, hottest line ever.
Well, that was because he argued for the fact that Han Solo would never say "I love you" to Leia.
Oh, okay. So he argued for "I know."
Yeah, he argued for a different line, and they took all day to figure that out.
That was the perfect line, the perfect response.
But that's when you have an actor getting involved in a role who knows his character well, and I can respect that.
Yeah, and also before I say what I'm about to say. The part where he's cryogenically frozen, I cried. I was like 8, and I just cried. I cried so hard.
You didn't.
But
it was emotional.
It was super emotional.
No, Han, you've been there the whole time. You've helped everyone in this movie.
Oh my gosh! And then just to see that, like, I just wept. I literally wept. 8-year-old Kiley was just crying like a little baby that she was. But having said that, like, so we know Star Wars is cheesy. It's got puppets in it. I mean, Frank Oz, puppet master, voices Yoda. It's all of this wonderful stuff. But there's also a kind of serious side to it because there is a lot of drama. It's a melodrama. I love melodramas, but it's a melodrama.
Well, you have space opera.
Space opera, right. So, but Mandalorian Season 3, okay, I'm so divided because, like, I just saw what Nana said, but it's because I've been away so long. But anyway, I love Lizzo and I love Jack Black. Those are two people that I love. Two performers that I love. I love...
Let's not discount Christopher Lloyd.
Oh, yeah, because he's in that episode as well. Yes.
Oh, he is. And poor guy. Looks like he doesn't want to be there.
I know, he's really aging fast. But that's
it's not even just the aging fast. He probably looked at the script and went, what the frig is this?
But the thing is, here's my thing. So The Mandalorian, the first season, very dramatic. Second season, very dramatic. Third season is a return to kind of like the cheesy Star Wars-ness. And that's where I'm divided. Because I love that Lizzo and Jack Black are cheesy. Like, that's Star Wars. But that's not Mandalorian? Does that make sense? Does that make sense?
They set a tone with it, and it's gone completely against the tone.
It has.
I honestly think it's because Jon Favreau has just completely checked out of it, and he's had enough.
I mean, maybe, but they just like feature. Forgot his name because I'm tired. No, Yandu. No, the baby Yoda.
Oh, Grogu.
Thank you. It's like Yandu. That's Guardians.
I never watched The Mandalorian. I know it all.
Yep.
Thanks, Internet.
But anyway, that's a long rant to say that my love of Star Wars does still exist, but it has definitely evolved and changed. All that to say that I'm very disappointed that Jedi Survivor on PC, because that's where I would play it, has just crapped the boat. It's just... What the F? Why? That's the most easiest thing they could have done.
I know, it's ridiculous. But I did see a good meme on this one the other day.
Oh, goodness. Oh, dear.
Yes. Game that's made on a PC that's ported to console that is then ported back to PC is bad.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't understand how that works. Make a native PC version.
That's the thing. Like, why not? I don't know.
I know, but we've gone long on this.
I'm so sorry.
Stop this short. The last thing that I will say is on your recommendation.
Yes.
I will get Fallen Order downloaded on my Xbox. I'll play it, and I'll go in with no hate for Star Wars. I will be as impartial as possible, but it is going to be a tough ask.
I know it
Let's
is.
say that.
Audience, I'm going to tell you right now. Pete is very jaded towards Star Wars. He's...
Well, funnily enough, another thing that came up this week again.
Uh-huh.
So we're talking about all stuff that I have spoken about all this week. We're in
Right.
the office talking to people, and
Oh,
I've now said to everyone, I told my reasons why. I'm not a Star Wars fan anymore. There are more
See?
bad than there is good. I
Yeah.
can't call myself a Star Wars fan at all. I just enjoy some of the movies. That's it.
When Pete first told me that, which was a few months ago, I was very kind of like disappointed, disheartened. But as Star Wars has continued under Disney's tutelage, I know exactly what Pete is saying, and it's so heartbreaking because Star Wars is such a big part of our lives. It just is. If you're under 40, if you're under 50. Star Wars
what
is...
Star Wars is. It's a cultural thing.
Yeah, if you're not, you're lying. You're pretending. And the way it has turned off in the last 10 years has been massively disappointing. It just has.
Yep.
Yeah.
Disney have done the one thing that never wanted them to do. To two things that I love the most.
Yeah.
Star Wars and Marvel.
Yeah, I remember way back when, we're back to that. I went to Disney World in 2004, I think.
Nice.
And Marvel had just, they hadn't purchased Marvel, but they were doing a partnership.
Yeah, Disney were involved in a few Marvel properties to some degree, and back in then days.
And they had a comic book shop, which was good because I bought comics. And they had a bunch of Marvel characters dressed up. Like Captain America was hanging out. And some restaurant themed things. I remember thinking on my way back to the bus with my stack of comic books, I don't think I want Disney to own Marvel. That was 2004.
Mm-hmm.
Now Disney owns Marvel and it's awful. I don't know. Maybe I'm jaded.
I agree.
Maybe
Anyway,
I'm cynical.
let's move on.
Yes.
I'm going to skip one. I'm going to move on to the shorter of the three last stories because I don't think this needs to go into much detail. I just wanted to bring it up.
Uh-huh.
Shigeru Miyamoto says the Mario movie has surpassed his expectations.
I mean, that's good, right?
Yep. So, Nintendo's chief designer, Shigeru Miyamoto, says that the Mario Brothers movie has exceeded his tall expectations ahead of its Japanese release this week. So, it only got released in Japan this Friday.
Oh my gosh, that's
3
insane.
weeks after the fact. I know. So, since its broad release globally earlier this month, the Illumination movie has been a huge box office success. According to the latest reports, its third weekend was Universal's highest ever in the US and is well on course to generate over $1 billion globally.
Wow. So they're definitely going to do a sequel.
Yeah, we'll probably discuss that in the future, I guess.
Oh, definitely. And we'll have Mike back on the show for that.
We definitely will. Look, I don't want to cover this. I'll be honest, I don't want to cover this anymore. I just wanted to bring up the fact that it's doing well.
Yeah. I mean, it's really good. You should watch it if you haven't. Jack Black's amazing. I love Jack Black.
Anyway.
But do you want to talk about anything else, Pete?
Well, there's two more stories we have to go over. One's big and one's not so big.
I don't know why I thought that was the last story.
No, I just wanted to touch on that very briefly because we have gone kind of long already on the first three shorter stories. So, anyway, so you might have seen that as of the 21st of April, it's been a while, so this is a slightly older story at this point.
Yes.
That Capcom, good old Capcom, decided to do a Street Fighter showcase, which was 30 minutes of Street Fighter 6 information.
I did see that. What did you think of that, Pete? Because I did see that.
Let me read the story and then we can go over it.
Oh, goodness. Okay.
So, Capcom has released a Street Fighter 6 demo for PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. Update to this story is now available on Xbox and PC. because it came out a few days later. Well, it does say that here on April 26th. It came out on those. So, set for release on Series X and S and Steam on April 26th. Demo lets users play the beginning of World Tour, which is the story mode,
Right.
as well as select modes in Fighting Grounds. Fighting Ground being the versus mode. So, big draw of this whole game is that there are 3 major modes. You've got Battle Hub, Fighting Grounds, and World Tour.
Right.
So the Battle Hub is all online infrastructure stuff. Fighting Ground is all offline with additional battle modes. We can go over that in a bit anyway. So World Tour lets players create their own character, explore a series of open world areas, and learn moves from existing Street Fighter warriors. I'll get to that in a moment. I'll talk to you about that. So
Yep.
the avatar that players create in the demo can be used in the full version of the game if they're playing on the same platform.
Oh, that's
I thought
cool.
this was a neat idea.
That is very cool.
So in the closed beta, I actually got a brief look at the character creation.
Right?
It's extensive. It's very extensive,
Ooh.
even in the beta.
Ooh.
Now, I'm going to be honest, I haven't actually touched World Tour.
Right, okay.
Because I don't want to.
Okay, because I wanted to ask you about that. I was watching somebody play that.
Not played it, not seen it, not watched it.
Okay.
Don't want to know anything about it.
It's very interesting.
I just want to play it when it comes out in full. So I've chosen to ignore it.
Okay.
But I do own the demo.
Right.
And we'll get to that in a moment. So Ryu and Luke are available as playable characters on the Genbu Temple and Training Room stages. So this is your offline one-on-ones. So, and you can also play against the CPU as well. Street Fighter 6 will be released on 2nd of June with a launch roster of 18 characters. A bit on the slim side, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, okay.
During a Capcom showcase that was on that Thursday, Capcom announced the 4 additional characters coming in the first year. Thank you, Deluxe Edition. So, Rashid will be the first, followed by new character Aki.
Right.
And then Ed, the ex-Shadaloo doll, I'd say doll, Shadaloo clone of Bison.
Right.
Is coming in early winter 2024, so that's in early 2024. And then the final character for the first season characters is Akuma, who's coming in spring.
Okay.
I honestly don't like the fact that they've relegated Akuma to a DLC character now.
Right. I was gonna
done it in Street Fighter 5, done it in Street Fighter 6 now. So all 4 characters will be included as masters in the World Tour mode, which I think is a really good idea, by the way. So it will include new story content as it goes along, also including the deluxe and ultimate editions of Street Fighter 6. So Capcom released a new trailer showing off the World Tour gameplay too, including a RPG-like mechanics such as skill trees and consumable items and avatar battles.
That's
which
what I
lets
wanted
players
to
fight
know.
online with using their custom characters.
I wanted to know your thoughts on that, because that's what I saw. Okay. Because that's what I saw. People play it.
I've seen people playing it, but like I said, I've already bought the game. I'm sold on it, and I don't want to see anything more about it. So, whilst I did download the demo just for research purposes, that was all. No, because so I'm just going to get into this. This is why I brought this up on the Jedi Survivor one story, because I've been playing this on PC.
Oh, right. Okay, I didn't realize that.
So
I thought it was PlayStation for some reason.
No, I bought it on PC, if you remember.
Right, okay.
So I decided to download the demo to make sure it ran perfectly fine on my PC, because I've also been playing Resident Evil 4 remake on there.
Okay, I for some reason thought that was PlayStation. I know we talked about it, but I still thought it was PlayStation.
No, I decided to go PC this time around.
Right, okay.
And it runs flawlessly. Absolutely flawlessly. I'm impressed. So, quite happy about that one. This is also coming off the back of the fact that Legendary Pictures, or Legendary Entertainment, have picked up the film rights and TV rights for Street Fighter as well.
That's very interesting.
Us Street Fighter fans look like we're eating well at the moment. It's quite good. So, yeah, I played the demo. Played the demo for a little bit. Just before we recorded, actually, just to make sure it was running well. Yeah, it
Right?
ran pretty damn good, actually. I'm very impressed.
Oh, that's very good.
So, like I said, I'm not touching World Tour at all. Not interested in touching it until it comes out in full, because I know I'm going to get to a certain point and be like, I want to play more. Oh, crap, it's out in a month. Yeah, best not to.
Right.
So what we got from this, actually, and this is what brings me to my main point, is everything that was revealed in this showcase
Uh-huh.
was exactly what was told to me at WASD.
Yeah. See, I was wondering about that, Pete, because we talked about that.
Everything he told me
Uh-huh.
came true. Now, reliable source, let's say. Which I was really interested in the fact that he probably didn't realise I might have been the press.
Yeah. See, Pete and I talked about this. We talked about
Yeah, I don't think he might have realised that I was a press, so he might have revealed a few too many things that he shouldn't have done. But hey, I'm not going to reveal who he is. Let's
Yes,
say, but,
there you go. That's good.
You know, nice guy, let's say, but he probably was a little bit liberal with his information because one of the biggest draws for this was obviously your avatar battles in Battle Hub.
Right.
Which, my goodness, that looks totally insane, and I'm well on board for it.
Oh goodness.
This is where you take your avatar character and you can just duke it out with anybody in the Battle Hub with your custom character.
See, that's really cool.
It's so stupid, but it looks so funny.
I was gonna say, I mean, I get it. It is stupid, but that's also very, very cool.
I love it. I think it's just a nice little option to have that's just meant for fun. And I think that's clearly what they've been doing with Street Fighter 6 this time around. Is they've listened to all the criticisms that I had for Street Fighter 5 over the 5 or 6 years that it was out. No, blimey, 7 years it was out now. Jesus Christ.
Insane.
2016 it came out. Oh, God.
That's insane.
I know. So yeah. Average Street Fighter game clearly has shelf life of 7 years.
That's crazy.
Anyway,
that's crazy.
So they've clearly looked at that and gone, we need more features, we need more story mode, we need more things to do, because I found myself getting very bored playing Street Fighter 5 at times.
Yeah.
There's nothing to do. And it looks like they've improved their online infrastructure, which is great, because the closed beta test has clearly gone down without a hitch. I think it's worked really well for them. So I'm excited. I was already excited. The only criticism I have is I think the roster's too slim.
Right.
But that might be done for balancing reasons because of Capcom Pro Tour. So we'll see on that one. I just hope they don't have too many characters that come out via DLC, but they will.
It's kind of the thing right now.
Not my thing.
I know.
Fan of it because, look, I that's what kind of got me back into Street Fighter 5 all that time ago because I'd given up with it after season 1. And they got me back in with Cody, didn't they, as DLC character?
They pulled me back in.
Yeah, and then I bought every single season after that. It was
of course you did, Pete.
Yeah, they really got me in because of that character.
Oh my goodness.
Look, I'm not going to complain at all because it led to an interview with Daniel Lindholm, but as a result
of
this...
that's true. That's one of our most successful videos, by the way. Go check that out. Daniel Lindholm. Yeah. Twice we interviewed him. You can watch it on Spotify,
we did a proper interview with him the first time, and the second time was more of a deep dive into music production.
Both of those have done really well. Go listen to them on Spotify or on YouTube.
On the podcast player of choice, or on YouTube,
Yes.
Fine. Anyway, so that's enough of me gushing about Street Fighter 6 for a little bit. It comes out the 2nd of June, and I'm well hype.
Pete's basement is flooded.
It is a bit. Might need to change after this.
When it comes to Street Fighter.
Not an image that anyone really wanted.
Oh, goodness.
Anyway, let's tackle this story because there's no getting away from this anywhere you go. No matter what you do, no matter who you are, you've probably heard about this.
Oh, dear.
The UK regulator has blocked Microsoft's acquisition of Activision Blizzard.
I
Now,
don't
my
understand.
original plan for my original plan for this episode was actually to cover this story in full because I was going to read the full CMA document.
Right.
Oh, hell no, at 400 pages I was not.
No.
My goodness.
I have said from day one, and I stand by this, there is no reason why this acquisition would be blocked. I'm very
Let's go
confused.
into it, shall we?
But we will go into it. Yes, Pete.
Yeah,
please.
shall we read the story first
yes.
before we go into this?
Read
proper?
that story.
So, I'm sorry if I'm treading over ground that literally every single podcast is covered at this point.
Well...
But we did do a big episode revealing it all about a month ago, so we have to do follow-up, I guess.
Yes.
Anyway, Microsoft's proposed acquisition of Activision Blizzard has been blocked by the UK's Competitions and Markets Authority, also known as CMA. After months of investigation, the regulator published its final report on the $69 billion deal. Nice. On Wednesday, and so, I couldn't help myself. And said that it had prevented it over concerns that it would alter the future of the fast-growing cloud gaming market, leading to less reduced innovation and less choice for UK gamers over the years to come.
Which is provably untrue.
Anyway, the decision is the most significant yet in Microsoft's battle to get the acquisition over the line. The UK regulator is seen as one of the most influential in deciding the deal's fate, alongside the EU and the US. In the US, the Federal Trade Commission, or the FTC, is suing Microsoft in a bid to block the deal over competition concerns. EU is still investigating. Microsoft has confirmed it will appeal the CMA's decision. The UK regulator wrote, the CMA has prevented Microsoft's proposed purchase of Activision Blizzard over concerns the deal would alter the future of the fast-growing cloud gaming market, leading to I don't know why they've introduced added that as a second point. I don't know why they repeated that. I apologise for reading that again. I didn't realise that it was.
Well,
don't know.
That's their fault.
Anyway, Microsoft has a strong position in cloud gaming services, and the evidence available to the CMA showed that Microsoft would find it commercially beneficial to make Activision Blizzard games exclusive to its own cloud gaming service. Microsoft already accounts for an estimated 60 to 70% of global cloud gaming services, and has other important strengths in cloud gaming, from owning Xbox, the leading PC operating system, Windows, and a global cloud computing infrastructure known as Azure or Xbox Cloud and cloud gaming. The deal would reinforce Microsoft's advantage in the market by giving it control over important gaming content such as Call of Duty, Overwatch, and World of Warcraft. The evidence available to the CMA indicates that, absent the merger, Activision would start providing games via cloud platforms in the foreseeable future. The cloud allows UK gamers to avoid buying expensive gaming PCs and consoles, and gives them a much more flexibility and choice as to how they play. Allowing Microsoft to take such a strong position in the cloud gaming market just as it begins to grow rapidly would risk undermining the innovation that is crucial to the development of these opportunities. So just to finish this up, in a statement, Microsoft's president Brad Smith said, Jesus Christ, said that the company was. I've been reading and I've barely seen you doing anything. I just turned and see you being an absolute jerkwad.
I've been doing it the whole time.
Disappointed by the CMA's decision and claimed it would appeal.
I need to block that.
What we got bot?
Yeah, we got a bot in chat.
Please just go away. I don't even know how to do it.
Sorry for our listeners. We just got a massive bot in
there
chat.
we go.
Okay. Yay, Pete did it. Man hammer.
Anyway,
yeah.
So
for our listeners, I'm just flipping off just the ether as Pete talks.
Yeah, I know, and it's somewhat slightly distracting, but we'll get on. We remain fully committed to this acquisition and will appeal. The CMA's decision rejects a pragmatic path to address competition concerns and discourages technology innovation and investment in the UK. We have already signed contracts to make Activision Blizzard's popular games available on 150 million more devices, and we remain committed to reinforcing these agreements through regulatory remedies. We're especially disappointed that after lengthy deliberations, this decision appears to reflect a flawed understanding of this market and the way the relevant cloud technology actually works. I have to agree with them on that one because Microsoft's
Yeah.
Azure is being used by Sony. So it's not really hampering the competition in any way
No.
whatsoever, is it?
Well, that's the thing. Like, I know I'm going to go on a small rant, and I know we're going over 2 hours, which we don't
God, I
normally
didn't
do.
realise this story was massive. Jesus.
Yeah. Well, we're going to do it now, and then we're going to wrap things up. But I said from day one, and I stand by this, oh, this is pretty straightforward. It shouldn't get caught up by any of this crap. The fact that the CMA is doing this, and then, what was it, a month ago, it was revealed that the CMA had ties to Jim Ryan and stuff like that, because they, like, went to school together or whatever. This is crap. It's just full-on crap. Shouldn't be happening. Why it's happening? Who knows? Because billionaires play a different game. But this should not be happening. Will it affect things in the future? It's just going to prolong it. But I don't know anymore. I can't predict anything anymore. I used to be really good at predicting stuff. That's how I got financially secure. But you know what? I can't predict anything anymore. Because why is the CMA blocking this? It shouldn't be. It literally has no grounds to block this. It's weird. The report came out and said that it had no grounds to block this. So I don't know why it is.
Yeah, that was the initial findings. And clearly, they've obviously been doing a little bit more work since that initial offering, and realised that something might not be right. I think the only thing for me that could cause the issue with this one is that small objection that GeForce Now potentially could have had. Nvidia, sorry, could have had with GeForce.
Right, I knew what you meant. I mean, possibly. But overall, like, they literally provided, was it a month ago, I think? They provided the numbers, they provided everything, and the CMA was like, okay, we're wrong, sorry guys. Xbox isn't gonna, like, take over and monopolize, blah, blah, blah. And then now they're doing this? I don't know. I'm jaded and I'm cynical. Sorry, but that's just...
You are, but I also think in this one, which is how the reaction has been since me reading the story, is that you wanted this deal to go through because it would further Xbox, and you being an Xbox fan, whereas obviously I am sitting on this as a neutral on the outside, trying to logically see where the issues with this deal would be.
I mean,
to be honest with you, I don't really see what... I mean, this is a lot of word salad, essentially.
Yes,
for them to turn around and say, yes, Microsoft has a 60 or 70% share in the market.
I mean...
They're not the only ones, and they're now signing deals with other competitors to say, we're willing to put our stuff, like, put all of that on there.
I mean, it's crazy to me, and I promise we will wrap it up, but I haven't talked to anyone in 5 days. But it's crazy to me that any of this is happening. I know, yes, 100%. I mean, Pete's right. I have a bias. I'm an Xbox fangirl. Xbox, Bethesda, Activision, all of that. Fangirl.
Yeah.
So, but having said that, I've also been trying to be very objective about the information and the data that's been coming through. There's zero reason for them to block this. Sony has a large market share. Sony keeps buying up things as if it's a free-for-all. You know, they have their own in-house designers and everything. Phil has been wonderful. He's been like, Sony, you're so lovely. You're so talented. You can come up with your own games. He's so cool. I would marry Phil. But at the same time, Jim Ryan's just like, I mean, we read that a few weeks ago where Jim Ryan's like, I don't care. I just want to block it. Like, he doesn't care. He doesn't have a financial stake in it. He doesn't have any kind of stake in it. He just, I want to block it. I hate people like that. Just F off and no.
Yeah, for me, I think a lot of this has been caused by Sony.
Oh, yes. I'm going to agree.
Right.
I mean, I am biased, but at the same time, yes.
Yeah, but you have to look at this from like how I'm sitting in this. I'm not biased in any way, shape, nor form to either of the big console platforms. I have them all there.
Yes.
This one here, this big white behemoth, known as the PlayStation 5.
That's me. Oh, yeah.
After what Sony's been doing with all of this, doesn't make me really very confident in them actually want to buy games from them. Because what are they going to do to stifle the market anymore?
Well, that's the thing.
It has to be I'm sorry, but it has to be a fair, open playing field. Mm-hmm. And whilst Microsoft may not be the most fair, with market capital,
right,
and raw numbers behind them,
they have the most money.
It means that that's what I mean by raw numbers. There is only one market leader despite all of that money.
Right.
It's still Sony.
Yes. Like, they prove that.
They prove it all the time. Mm-hmm. You look at the PlayStation 1, over 100 million units sold. PlayStation 2, highest selling console of all time.
I thought
PlayStation 3. Sorry?
I thought the PlayStation 3 was the highest selling console.
No, PlayStation 2 still is 154 million units.
Oh, okay.
That kept going until like 2013.
Yeah, it was like,
in certain regions. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
PS3, whilst it had a very, very, very poor start,
yes,
still went on to sell, I think it was nearly 100 million units. And outsold the Xbox 360 eventually. Despite the fact that the 360 had a better start.
Better everything.
And then the PS4, second highest console of all time. So your first 4 generations, and you're selling nearly 100 million units every single time. That's not a coincidence at all. That's good marketing.
Yes, exactly.
So, after all of everything that happened with Microsoft with the Xbox One, where they started to change people around and looking like they were doing good things with having the Xbox One X and then the Series consoles like coming out, they were looking like they were trying to compete. Yeah, okay, it's been a false start in terms of their first party output with the Series consoles. It's been particularly poor, and then controversies happening with Redfall being at 30 frames and stuff like that. It's not looking too good for Microsoft at the moment. But that doesn't necessarily mean that Sony then need to turn around and put a sledgehammer to it and try to make the standings unfair again.
Right.
If Microsoft want to purchase a company that was doing very, very badly because of a reputational damage that was happening, let them.
Yeah.
Because you're still going to get the vast majority of people who will mostly play those games on PlayStation because they still are the market leader, and that won't change ever because they're still posting record numbers constantly.
But that's the thing, and that's why I don't understand the CMA blocking any of this, because it's like provably. For me, there's the only issue with this one is that the only real competitors that you do have in terms of the cloud gaming infrastructure is GeForce Now, Boosteroid, and Ubitus, which is listed in there. Yeah.
Like, you have...
Are those really competitors?
You have Sony's Remote Play, like, app. And apparently, like, on a cloud system, like, the Remote Play one doesn't work very well. Right. But their cloud option for PS3 apparently works really bloody well.
Yeah.
So I don't see what the issue is here. Sony have their own cloud infrastructure. And let me guess probably how that's delivered. Probably through Microsoft Azure.
I was gonna say, that's the thing though. And that's why I'm confused by all of this. Like, well, it kind of goes both ways. In a PlayStation, you will find Microsoft components. And on Xbox, you will find Sony components. So
Did you know, just to back your point up here, I just want to give you this one. When you buy an Xbox Series X, because you don't have one, you have the Series S because it doesn't have a disc drive.
yes.
Did you know that you actually have to download software to play Blu-rays?
That doesn't surprise me at all.
Because the Blu-ray player is owned by Sony. They have to pay licensing, so you can't directly play it off there unless you have an app support for it, because Microsoft had to do that as part of their deal.
Yeah. So I'm very confused by this. I've been confused by it. I don't know what's going on. This is unprecedented.
It is, yeah. I don't know really what's going to go on from now. I'm a bit worried about the older. I'm a bit worried about this because obviously, usually if the CMA blocks something, then usually the FTC will follow.
Well, that's the thing, because it's a recommendation.
Not always the case.
Yeah. No, it's not always the case, and it is a recommendation. It's not like a binding thing.
Did you know, sorry, because obviously I've been doing a lot of research into this. Did you know that when, who was it that owns HBO?
I don't remember.
Paramount, is it? No.
I don't think so. I think they have a deal, but I don't think Paramount owns HBO.
No, there is a company. Who owns HBO? Hang on.
I don't remember. Sorry, our lovely listeners. I am fading fast.
Yes. Oh, Warner Brothers.
Of course. I knew that. Oh my gosh.
Warner Brothers.
I'm so tired.
So HBO, obviously HBO Max, which has now become Max.
Which is so
weird.
dumb, but okay.
Such a stupid thing.
Yeah.
Did you know that when that acquisition went through, there was only one place in the world that blocked it?
What's that?
The UK.
Oh my gosh. Why is the UK blocking this stuff?
Don't know. So they probably feared that Warner Brothers would have a huge market share, and that's why we don't have. That's why we didn't get HBO Max over here. I was
gonna say.
And that's why Sky has HBO shows on it.
Yep,
because it's licensed to them.
To get House of the Dragon, Last of Us. Yeah, I had to get
The
Sky.
Sopranos.
I don't really.
Flight of the Conchords.
Yeah, all that. That's Sky Now. Sky Now. Yeah.
Well, Now TV or Sky
Now
Go.
TV or whatever.
Yeah.
But
it's a Sky subsidiary, you know. For those who are not in the UK, wouldn't know what Sky is. Just, it's owned by Rupert Murdoch.
Yeah, of course. Like everything in the UK is. We should probably wrap this up.
We are. I just wanted to go over that because I thought it was a really interesting
point
I think we were the only ones that blocked HBO's
acquisition.
HBO. Yeah. Fun times. Anyway, there's not really much else that we can do on this one. There's a few comments, but they're sort of just mostly talking about the stories that have gone past. So Nana put stuff to do with the Street Fighter demo, I guess. He said, I played the demo, it was really fun. Hasn't Akuma always been a DLC or second release thing? Not always. Akuma was in the main roster for Street Fighter 3 Third Strike. So yeah, third version on that one. He was a secret character in Street Fighter 2, obviously. Was in the main roster for Street Fighter 4 all the way through, and was DLC for that. But then he's appeared as a secret character in Marvel Superheroes and stuff like that. And Cyber Akuma turned up in Cyberbots.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I could go into a history.
I know you could.
Bother. So, and he said, I will say this again, I would not be surprised if Capcom used the structure of this to make a beat 'em up in the future. I think they probably will, and I'm going to be on the honest side here. I've seen some of the leaks to do with the Capcom leak list. Could be Final Fight.
Oh, goodness.
Also, fun fact, hosted by Lil Wayne. Yeah, Lil Wayne was in it for literally about a minute and a half, and that was it.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. He then put, I was like, is Kylie going to write another script again? Please do. Be funny.
Yes. I always write scripts.
I think we need to do redacted for privilege too.
I do too.
Microsoft versus Sony.
Something. Yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah, Mike Tendo64 put swing. And then put, yeah, because UK gamers only play Call of Duty and Diablo, according to the
Apparently, yeah,
CMA.
exactly.
Yeah. And then he put, I bought the PS2 twice.
Why?
I did too.
Did I? I don't
PS2
think I
and
did.
PS2 Slim.
Oh, okay. No, I did. You're right. You're right. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And that's the end of the comments. Oh, wait. He said, Nana's just replied to Mike Tendo. He said, do you see how much COD sells?
Do you see?
Yes. But that's the end of that. So, long episode this time around.
It's long, but it was because I haven't been here for 2 weeks.
I know. So, that's the end of the news, everyone. Let's wrap this show.
Ooh, okay. Well, thank you so much for joining us. It's been wonderful. I drank an entire bottle of wine. And I'm sick. I probably have pneumonia. So, let's see how that works. That'll be interesting. I have to call the doctor tomorrow. And I don't get to go to the gym. I'm very sad. I haven't been to the gym in a week.
Remember, it's bank holiday tomorrow.
Oh, right, it is, isn't it?
I don't know if it is in Northern Ireland, but, you know.
Oh, no, it usually is. Like, we love our bank holidays.
Okay.
You know what's interesting? The time I was away, I was averaging 20,000 steps.
That
is insane. That's like 6 miles a day. I was walking that. And I wasn't even like, oh, I'm dying. No, I was just like, oh, I'm walking in Rome.
Yeah.
But anyway, I missed the gym. I'm also tired of having pneumonia or bronchitis or whatever the heck I have. Don't cough on people on planes. I think I might start wearing a face mask again.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Because this is the 4th time I've been sick. Okay, I don't think I've been sick in my entire life 4 times.
I don't think I have either.
Yeah, I don't get sick. So the fact that I've been sick 4 times is insane. Anyway.
Yes. Anyway, let's wrap up. Because,
yes. Yeah. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you. You can spend your time with anyone. And the fact that you spend your time with us means the world to us. Me and Pete. Pete, where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? Can they find you?
Nice, like that. So you can. I've got a few things I want to plug. So
yes, you go for that.
Now. So yeah, Pete Beckett 1 on Twitter, the usual place. Full disclaimer: I will not talk about politics on there. I want to only talk about video games and music, and films. My 3 biggest passions in life. So. Yes. For see politics, you're blocked. Bye bye. Anyway, So, last week you weren't here.
No.
And I did a guest spot on the Turn-Based Cynics podcast with Rezo and CD, previous guests.
How did that go?
And it was a very interesting discussion. I don't want to go into details about it because I think you should listen to it. So please go and show them some love. You know, the Turn-Based Cynics on most podcast platforms. And on YouTube. Fair play to Rezo, he still hasn't had to eat a shoe yet, so good on him.
Nice.
I know that he'll hate the fact that I've been praising him. So
yes, he will.
Man, so I'm joking, of course, but it's fine. Playful banter.
Yes.
Also, myself and Kurt on the Never Watchers released a new episode.
Nice.
Of a new series.
Oh, yeah, I'm intrigued.
So it's called The Never Watchers Does the Movies. And this time we covered a film that I have never seen before called The Menu.
Oh, yes. I want to know Pete's thoughts on that.
Well, go and listen to the episode and you'll find out exactly what I think. That is also on Very all cool. Good and sometimes bad podcast players as well.
Oh, goodness.
But that's it from me. Thank you for taking time to listen to me plugging my stuff.
Whoop, whoop.
Kylie, what about you? Where can the people of the interwebs find you?
I don't know, man. I'm kind of in hiding. I nuked my Twitter. Because Twitter's accessible. I'm about to nuke my Facebook. And I'll probably nuke my Instagram. I kind of like this whole not having social media thing.
So basically what you're saying is you can only ever find you on this show every Sunday from now on.
That's right, from now into perpetuity. But I mean, if you want to find me on Instagram, I don't know how much longer that's gonna last. Kiley Yelik, Kiley K-I-L-E-Y-E-L-I-K. Her. It's mostly CrossFit stuff. I don't know. I don't really have a social media presence. I don't really do social media. It doesn't interest me. I think that's gonna wrap it up. I guess we'll do it.
Wrap it up then.
Yeah. So thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you every week, our listeners and our viewers. Of course, remember you can come watch us or the VOD, which is us but later, at twitch.tv/rapid reviews. Please come watch our VOD. You know what? I love. Huh?
Okay. Also, you can search Rapid Reviews on YouTube.
I was about to
find
say.
it on there.
Yes. If you watch the VOD, but also the YouTube video, they mean the world to us. And Spotify's being kind of crazy right now. So if you
Let's not discuss that. Though.
No, we're going to talk about that, but you can listen to the podcast. But I would personally appreciate it if you watch the VOD or the YouTube VOD. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Probably.
Well, yeah, watch the YouTube video or the VOD on Twitch before it disappears.
Yes. It would mean the world to me. And that's going to do it for us. So thank you for watching and listening, and we will see you and talk to you next week. Bye.
Bye.
That ends the podcast portion of our show.
Give me 1 second.
Oh, Pete's doing
On
something.
here.
Okay, that's my baseball voice. Actually, I didn't do too bad. I kind of didn't.
I can hear you now.
Okay, good. I
Let's
didn't.
just change my settings over quick.
Oh, ooh. I didn't cough too bad at the end.
No, you were alright mostly. It was just that one moment in the beginning.
I really want to go to the gym tomorrow, but I don't think I'm going to be able to.
I would say play it by ear, see how you feel in the morning, but I would probably err on the side of caution on that one.
I haven't been to the gym in 2 weeks because, don't forget, I was sick the week before I left for Italy.
Of course you were.
I don't get that. I really don't. You want to see me drink my orange juice? This is my orange juice. Who likes orange soda? I like orange soda.
Is it true?
It's true, I do. Man, I miss our
Who put the
chocolate.
screw in the tuna? Yeah, I could talk Keenan Kel all day.
I miss it. Man, our
Even
childhood
Good
rocked.
Burger was good.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. When Good Burger came out as a movie, I was like, oh, that's so, But then I was like, that was really good. I missed that part.
Good Burger was a shit.
Welcome to Good Burger.
Oh, what a Good Burger. Can I take your order?
Can I take your order?
Oh, it's so good.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, I think we're going to wrap it up.
I think that's probably a good
But-
idea before we start quoting Keenan and Kel and Good Burger. And
We should
Morton
have our own
Revolution.
show. We should have our own Keenan and Kel.
What,
Pete
with
and
Blackjack
Kylie.
and Hookers?
Yes, with Blackjack and Hookers. Pete and Kylie. Pet and Kill.
Oh, God. That sounds
No, that
like a
sounded
That
awful.
sounds like a cheap porn.
It does. Not even a good bougie porn. But I think we're going to wrap it up. I am going to go take some meds and pass out. Thank
Good
you so
idea.
much. Yeah, thank you so much for joining us. It's been so good being back. Hopefully next week I'll actually not be sick. That would be fun.
Yes.
So we'll see you next week.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks for listening.